Bro Plata, where black people and white people talk nonsense. Listen, we have you on because every other episode we just talk at each other. So, you can talk as much as you want. It's fine.
All right.
As long as if Ray doesn't have to talk and doesn't have to steer the ship off the road like he usually does.
Yep.
Then it's good. Yeah.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
There you go. Yeah, you can have it. Good, because we drive it straight into a volcano usually. So
Except for that's the heart, Tim. And that can never be mended. You know that. The heart always breaks.
Nah, dude, one of your girlfriends take care of that for you.
Oh.
No, they usually go, well, thank you for the free meal. Have a good day, sir.
Ray is a 60-year-old man in a 30-year-old's body.
I am, yeah.
If anyone doesn't know.
Nice.
His references are like way older than they should be for someone his age.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
I would love to see that fight. And I would be rooting for Greg Hardy the entire time.
Funny thing, if you've ever wanted to see me in pain at any point that we've been hanging out, today's your day.
Ray, they see you in pain every time you do a set.
This is true.
Damn.
Yeah. So Thomas has seen it and Tim's never seen it.
No,
It was basically if Mortal Kombat was a shitty like Saturday morning cartoon. Like
Yeah, exactly.
they had like they had a Native American character on there. They had they had the street tough black guy. Like they had all the stereotypes. WMAC Masters.
There it is.
It's such a.
so you're
cool
saying it
show.
doesn't hold up? Is that what you're trying to
It
say?
does not at all.
It doesn't look fit full, Ray. Let me see that glass. No, Ray, top it off.
This is like goddamn amazing.
You got it. Awesome.
No, I just want you to follow the rules. What happens if you don't follow the rules? The wheel gets you back again.
This is true.
Why don't you two fight each other? There you
We've
go.
talked about it.
I've been
We've
thinking
talked
that,
about
but
it.
I didn't want to say anything.
We have talked about
I'm
this
still at a
for
stage.
years,
I can't
man.
fight anybody right now. I'd
I
probably
am
lose to a
so
9-year-old right
down.
now.
I will meet him at a weight. I don't care if I have to gain weight to fucking fight Tim, but it would mostly be like it would be a rolling match in the cage.
Pretty
like
much.
somebody would take someone down.
What's crazy is out of all of us, Tim looks like he's most likely to be the wrestling fan.
I see so many fucking guys who look like Tim Danko at AIW shows. It's not even funny. And I love I see him, I'm like, I want to buy him a shot, but it's not Tim, and I get sad.
Yeah, and this kid's going to be a star, obviously, and that's what they wanted to happen. They want him to get a big win in London. They're hoping that was going to happen. I mean, did they give him somebody they think he could beat? Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not like Vargas isn't tough. Vargas is a tough guy. And yeah, Pimblett was a big favorite. But that's what they wanted to happen. They want this kid to be one of their next big stars, especially in the lightweight division. And now he's won two fights, one by knockout, right, and one by submission. So now he's going to fight somebody tough. And that division's super stacked. So there's tons of people he could fight. Before you put me on, I'm screaming at my microphone because you didn't put me on. I'm like, she's Mexican, you racist asshole.
I don't know
Spanish, you monster. But you didn't put me on because you wouldn't talk wrestling. He had I only had one fight. He had two fights, but my one fight lasted longer than his two fights combined by like a lot. I think both of his fights were inside of a minute.
And how did your fight end, Tim?
I got TKO'd in the second round. And there's a lot of guys, strikers that have just became fantastic at takedown defense. I mean, Anderson Silva was good at it. Like Junior Santos was good at it. I mean, those are just the first two I think of. But there's been a lot that, I mean, if you're a striker like that, you have to have good takedown defense. There's been a lot of guys who have great takedown defense, and he's one of them. However, I mean, Robert Whittaker is a striker first. He's not a wrestler. And however, neither really is Cannonier. Maybe a little bit more, but I don't really expect Cannonier to fight him that way. I'm excited to see that fight, though. I don't expect Izzy to lose at all, but I like Cannonier a lot. And he's a tough guy, so I'll definitely watch that fight. But if either of us touch the other one's liver, we'll die, Ray.
Probably. That'd be fun. I want to be the first MMA death of like a true amateur, where it's like the worst fight ever. How
bad would it be if you got
MMA fight, bro?
Killed in the cage. You got killed in the cage by me.
Yes.
His liver exploded.
Welcome on in, sexy people. It is Thursday. Bro Plata is live on the tubes of you, on the Facebooks, and on the Twitches if you want to join.
Well, this is a terrible decision.
What's a terrible decision, Tim?
this fucking, I don't know, what is this? Hollywood Squares, fucking, no, Love Boat. It's fucking Love Boat.
Yeah, this
circles
definitely
you
has
got
like
here.
a love boat. Like, God damn it! Now I actually want to create like an overlay that's got like the love bro, and it's fucking. We have fucking wheels on our circles. That'd be kind of funny, actually.
I was doing a bit with my hands, but this happened to be like the day you didn't tell me you were going to do this. So now the bet was ruined. So it's over now. Never mind.
All right, there it is.
Yeah, too late now. You'll never know.
Hi, everybody. We are here live with you. Gonna talk UFC London. Forgot it was in London this week. Didn't realize that until I saw a 4 p.m. start time for the main card.
Did you not see the card? You couldn't figure it out by looking at the card?
Well, I thought it was like some fucking Apex card or something. You know how Dana likes to fucking hide great cards behind the fucking
the thing
walls.
is, not many great cards are at the Apex anymore. I mean, there'll be a couple great fights. You're gonna have a couple matchups where you're like, why is this at the Apex? This is ridiculous. But overall, the cards are guys who are new, or guys and girls who are new, or people you've kind of forgot were on the roster. That's, which is better. I mean, it's if you look at the cards, the ones that are in front of people in real venues, not the Apex, are better cards matchup wise. Not always better fight wise, but matchup wise they are, and that's on purpose. So I mean, at least they're doing that. But every once in a while, you will get one. You're like, why the fuck is this at the Apex? But less now. That happens less.
Yeah, and what's up, Ernst? Good to see you. Oh, I took a deep hit there.
It's new for you.
Baseball is back. Yes, we're all happy about that.
It's true. Fuck you, Dodgers. Like, the Dodgers are the new Yankees. Like, it's everybody like versus them now. It was everybody versus the Yankees for decades. Now it's everybody versus the Dodgers. And
it's LA's time, man.
Oh, I just wonder what it would be like to be a fan of a baseball team that spent that kind of money. I don't know. Ray doesn't know. Paul's knows. They also know how they cheat.
Yes, and I was a fan of that team for a long time.
And the team that won the World Series, the cheating team, had like the 17th highest payroll, which like no one with a bottom half payroll wins the World Series unless you cheat.
Apparently.
So that's the only way to do it. I mean, that's just more proof that they cheated. Like no one wins with a bottom 15 payroll. No one. Maybe the Royals in 15, but I don't even know. I don't know for sure if they might have been like 13 or 14. I have to look. I remember seeing it recently, and they were higher than I thought they were. But as far as payroll ranking in the year they won the World Series, but yeah, it doesn't happen very often that teams with a bottom half payroll win a World Series. It rarely happens.
Not anymore. It's kind of sad. Like it used to be, if you had a great farm team, you had a bit of a
before
chance.
Free agency, it happened. Sure, it happened a lot before free agency, and then the collusion after that happened all the time. But now, no, it's. I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible. I mean, the Guardians were like 25 last year in payroll, and they made it to the ALCS. It's not impossible. It's just very difficult. Very difficult.
Yeah, I don't know how they how they lost to the Yankees with such shitty base running. It's the one thing that baffles me about that whole series.
The guys who were paid more than our entire team beat us. So, the money beat us. We got
I was about to say
and Statton and Judge. Those are the guys who beat us. And those are the guys who make more than our entire team.
Yeah.
So, money got us. And also Emmanuel Clase looking human didn't help either.
You hit a nerve with Johnny Smith, apparently.
Oh,
bro.
Yeah, because he's a Yankees fan, dude. He's been trying for his whole life. He's been trying to defend that shit, but you're never gonna win, though. There's no way to defend it. You're never gonna win.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You look at it. You look at the Yankees and what they've spent. They've probably spent more than some countries' GDPs on fucking one guy to win a World Series. Like the Steinbrenner family doesn't care about a pocketbook. Like it's wild the contracts they give these fucking guys.
Yeah, but for a long time it was only the Yankees doing that, right? But now they're not the only ones anymore. A lot of teams can do that now. For a long time, it was only the Yankees. But now there's a lot of teams that do that shit. And about half of them. And you know what? I mean, and money doesn't automatically qualify to winning, although it does most of the time. But there are teams,
especially in baseball.
there are teams who didn't make the playoffs who had like top 10 payrolls, you know, and it happens. 2 years ago, the Mets were terrible, and they had, I think, the highest payroll in baseball. Last year, they made it to the NLCS, but anyway, yeah, the four teams left were like the top three of the top four payroll teams, and then Cleveland was somewhere like the mid-20s.
Yeah, that and also last year's World Series was Manfred's fucking wet dream. That's the sad part.
Oh, you know what though? If I worked in Major League Baseball, it would be mine too. Like if your livelihood depended on the ratings, like, that's what you want. Of course it is. I mean, you know, it's the same thing when I say like I'd hire Jimmy J.J. Walker to play at my comedy club. Like anybody who's famous, and doesn't matter if they have an act or not. I mean, Jimmy has an act, but you know, just like when like Stormy Daniels was doing stand up, I'm like, I'd hire her. I'm like, if people are gonna come see her, I would hire her. Like I get it. It's the same thing when it's a business. It's business decisions. But yeah, they wanted. Of course, they wanted that. Of course, they wanted that. But Cleveland Mets wouldn't have done half as well. I really was hoping for Milwaukee Cleveland. This is to piss everybody off.
It's the cheese series.
Right.
You got the Amish versus the Amish in fucking baseball.
The You Betcha series.
The You Betcha series. Oh, I tell you, it would have been very fun, eh? Yeah, they would have had to dust probably off Euchre.
Hey, well, these fan bases tailgating before these games have been so polite to each other. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Minnesota has, or Milwaukee, yeah, but Cleveland.
I would love to see a Philadelphia Cleveland championship or something. It'd be amazing.
That would be the best riot you could ever go to. People thought the Summer of Love was bad. You put Philadelphia versus fucking Cleveland in, especially if it was like football. There'd be multiple deaths, and they'd all be Cleveland fans because the Philadelphia fans would be stabbing motherfuckers the entire time.
Roberto, what you're saying, like, okay, Cleveland is a good example that money means nothing. Well, that's obviously not true, but what they're a good example of is just you're very smart. You can draw blood from rocks.
Yeah,
sometimes that's what the example is there. Not that money doesn't matter, because clearly it does. But is it impossible to win with money? No, it's not impossible. It's harder, and it takes a lot of doing, man. It takes a lot of chess. And our front office is, I think our front office is the best in baseball. It's at least best in baseball with making something out of nothing, churning chicken shit into chicken salad. I'm betting all Cleveland teams put hookers and coke in their contracts. I mean, I hope so. I mean, that's how we got Hosey. No trade clause and a bunch of hookers. Cleveland hookers.
By the way, I looked up the KC Royals thing for the payroll, and when they won the World Series, they were the 13th highest payroll in Major League Baseball that year.
Yeah, so the only one in the last, I mean, since maybe the mid-90s before, the only team that has won it in a sub, the bottom half payroll was the 2016, was it 16 Astros, but they cheated.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, if you're going to use them as an example, the conversation's over. Like, you can't. Because clearly, everyone knows very, very well what they did had a huge, huge impact in their winning the World Series. Of course it did. How couldn't it? So that's the only reason they won the World Series. And them having the 17th highest payroll, it's an asterisk. It doesn't matter. Besides that, it's been a long time. It's before 2000 for sure.
the second that year was apparently, this makes no sense. Maybe it does, but the Yankees, they had 187 million plus active roster payroll
in 2013 or
15, yeah.
15. Also, the Astros won in 17. I don't know why I said 16. I know who won the World Series in 16.
Yeah, I was about to say when you said it, I'm like, I'm just gonna let him roll and then correct him because I was watching.
Well, you figured I'd get there. You figured I'd get there eventually.
Yeah. Although you have to take a couple sips of whiskey to kind of numb the pain before you say it in a deep breath.
Well, again, I mean, we've talked about this before. There wasn't pain. I mean, it was disappointing, but we had a great year. It was a great series. There's a doc series on Prime called Game 7, and it has like each episode is about a different Game 7, and one of them was the 2016 World Series. And yeah, it's a little heartbreaking, but I mean that was such a great game. That series was amazing, and you know what? We would have won that series if the Cavs would have choked. Cleveland cannot have 2 championships in a row. That's why they lost.
Yeah, the world would explode.
Right, and that's why after the Cavs came back down 1-3, the Indians had to lose, being up 3-1. It had to happen. It's the universe had to be like, dude, you're still Cleveland. We threw you one bone. Calm the fuck down. People saying, oh, we're title town and shit. The universe is like, dude, no, come on. You know better.
Yeah.
No, most heartbreaking loss ever. Extra innings, rain. You're going to lose in a Game 7 of a World Series and extra innings for the second time in a row. That happened in 97 and in 2016. They lost in Game 7 in extra innings.
Well, at the time, also the GOAT was rocking the belt, and then the Cavs won. So technically, we were a city of champions at that time. Technically, you're looking at it.
Oh, Stipe, and didn't the Monsters won the Calder Cup too?
Yeah, the Monsters. They were the first championship since '64 in any professional sport in Cleveland. The Monsters were the first, and then Stipe won the belt, and then the Cavs won. That was like the year of Cleveland, man.
You know, we checked this before on the show, but it's like the night that Believe Land premiered was the night Stipe won the belt.
Yeah,
that was wild. And then they had to, and then a couple months after that, the Cavs won the championship, so they had to they put it
abridge it and add some shit. Yeah,
add it to if you watch it now, there's like a new ending to Believe Land.
Mm-hmm.
Still a great documentary though.
I loved it because there was a lot of stuff that my dream though is to do a Cleveland Lumberjacks documentary. I want to do that.
Who is that for? Like, you
a
better do
lot
it,
of
you,
people,
well,
dog.
You better do it cheap because you're not going to make money.
No, it would be very low. It would be very indie budget.
Unless there's some sort of story, like the fucking Trashers or something insane like that. That's
there's some wild fights and injuries and shit that happened in Cleveland Lumberjacks history. That is
different than any other club.
I mean, a few. I mean, one of our guys got his face exploded on the metal portion of the fucking glass. You know how they used to have those dividers back in the day, the metal ones at hockey games?
Not really,
but anyway, Rick Hayward, number 4 for the Cleveland Lumberjacks, just gets fucking cross-checked in the back, and his face, Tim, exploded. Like, he hit it, and it hit him back, and it just fucking ripped his face open.
When it was at the cat, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was about to say Rick had a goddamn scar on his face for a good long time.
When I was when I was at the Cavs game, I saw, I was looking at the retired jerseys and the Raptors, and there's a couple Lumberjacks up there, and it kind of made me laugh. Like, I'm not saying they don't deserve to be up there. I'm not saying that, but like a minor league Hall of Famer is such a weird thing. Like, you're the best of the almost, buddy.
Well, I mean, the one dude, number 15, Jock Callender, that's up there, he won a Stanley Cup with the Penguins. He has hardware at his house. So,
and especially when the Lumberjacks were around, they were a pretty big part of the city at the time. Especially in the 90s when the Browns went around.
Yeah.
So I get it. I'm not saying they don't deserve to be up there, but I do think minor league Hall of Famers is a strange concept.
It kind of is. It really is. But at the same time, like the guy that's up there is a thing. And I think the other one was a guy
What
that
if there was
with
like an open mic
Barons
Hall of
back in the
Fame?
NHL. I would absolutely be in the
Cleveland
drunkard.
Open Mic Hall of Fame.
Most annoying every year. This guy.
Who would be the listen? Who would be the first ballot of Akron, Cleveland, Northeast Ohio comedy Open Mic Hall of Fame? First ballot. You got to pick 3 people. First ballot. I got one. Number one. And number one. Well, I'm gonna say this.
He should be consensus.
This isn't slander in any way, shape, or form. I love these people, and they make you laugh. But I'm just saying. I think there's a consensus. I can't talk today. Consensus. Falling apart.
You are, buddy. It's okay.
And my mic's falling apart. Consensus number 1, in my opinion, Jeremy Shear, number 1.
Ooh, we're gonna differ on this one. Yeah, because he was going to actually be probably my number 2 or 3, if I'm really being honest. He was going to be in that.
Who am I forgetting about then?
The greatest Cleveland comedian of all time, Martin Malloy.
Okay, I guess him too. I guess when I say Open Mic Hall of Fame, I'm talking about people who don't get a lot of work otherwise. They're just always fucking crushing the open mics. That's what I'm thinking of, right? So,
well, yeah, but Marty still goes to the open mics. Yeah,
I guess Marty would be on that list too.
I mean, he shows up 2 hours early to every single show. So
right, yeah, he just showed up to my show in New Philly. Like he's like, Rob said I could do a set. I'm like, all right. That kind of screwed him though. Actually, I was gonna probably have him on because he did a set for free. Like people saw him already, so it kind of. I would have had him eventually, but that place closed down. But yeah, okay, Jeremy and Marty, and this is for only us apparently because no one understands what we're talking about.
No, this is a local thing, but I do like it, and I kind of want to post it in the Cleveland Akron comedy thing to get a list started of the Open Mic Hall of Fame in Cleveland.
Man, one more. I'm trying to think. Because, I mean, you're up there more than me, but I'm talking about someone who's been doing it for at least a decade. Like I feel like you can't. It has to be at least from 2015 to very latest.
Do they still have to be active to this day?
Not necessarily. They could be.
Because you could throw like Lee Honeycutt in there too. I mean, Lee went to every single open mic, but he also got booked on stuff. So
Mark Colella, another guy.
I remember hearing the name. The face that
yeah, he was always around.
Me.
I don't know.
I should be in there because that's all I can do now, apparently, in Cleveland comedy outside of secret shows.
I mean, you probably would be in the ballot eventually.
I'm thinking about producing an open mic again.
Oh, sounds awful. Showcase sounds fun. Open mic.
Well, that's going to be the feeder system. I'm going to kind of use it as like a gauge to be like, will I get people for like a regular monthly at the same place?
Mm-hmm. I never did a mic where no one got paid.
I've done that a few times, but I do it for the love of the game, Tim. I do it for the entertainment purpose.
It's not that. I mean, well, it's also because I was doing it in places that were further away from Cleveland, like either it was Canton or down here. Although I really liked my format at Buzzman, and that wasn't even my format originally. That was Ed Maloney. He did that. It was there was one person do like 20-25 at the end. They got paid like $50 and it went down eventually, but it was $50 when we started. And then I got paid and then that was it. But everybody else was showcase spots.
Nice.
But that was cool because people could do the showcase spots and eventually I would give them a headlining spot, you know. So
that's kind of what I want to do with the open mic. Wherever it lands, I'm gonna like pick, okay, you brought people to this, you'll bring people hopefully to a monthly as well. Like hopefully. So we can get those people and then fucking kind of glom on.
Also, if you do that, even if it's a small amount of money, you're gonna have something you're like, hey, 20-25, I'll get $30. They're gonna do their set, you know, they're gonna like try to try to do well, because you're getting paid. So that's good too. So even if there's people like trying new shit and whatever at the beginning, there's going to be, at least a headliner who's going to do their shit, so I don't know. That format worked out really well, and I really miss that show. But
bro, Dark Matter, what's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Live from the future.
Happy Friday, buddy, to you, because it is Friday where you're at. But I did an open mic or a show yesterday out in Menor, dude. It brought back so many memories. To McCall's when we used to do AJ's bucket mic thing that he would do. Do you remember that?
That was in Kent.
Yeah, but still, no. It made me. It brought me back to doing those.
Yeah. That was Michelle's.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when we used to draw the fucking shit. We did that, and we did topics on slips that we had to do like a minute or two on.
I love those because number one, you can accidentally write something. Also, it's just fun and it makes your brain work. And it's kind of like what we do on the show, but I love that. I will always do a mic when it did. Chili Chalice did one at Funny Snap a couple times. That was fun. Yeah,
Milton Wiley, who's a Chili Chalice disciple, did one yesterday, and my set was crazy. I had the worst luck in the middle of the set you could ever ask for.
Did you pull something that was like 2 paragraphs?
No, luckily not. Sentences? Milton was good about keeping them very short and concise. I'll give you the topics. Ironically, since we've been talking about it and it's the best place in the world, Las Vegas was the first topic. So I riffed on Vegas for a little while and kind of, I didn't tell the same joke that I usually do. I tried to do like off the top of my head, like fun thoughts that I've had about Vegas. Next one, I drop the thing and all of a sudden it says Trump.
What?
It said Trump on
Trump.
it.
Okay.
And I was freaking out, dude.
No, you should have went hard. You don't need any more friends. You're fine.
I was like, I look like a Proud Boy. This isn't the kind of thing I want to pull. Like, this is not.
I'm surprised you're like Trump and you're like, well, actually.
What I ended up doing was like, I talk about how I get his mannerisms for just like impressions. And I was like, tiny rubber bands. He grabs them on nails and he just pulls them and he's here. He's here. And then he lets them go just a little bit. And then he brings it right back. Tiny rubber bands with tiny hands. And I even said it wasn't a good like voice, but I was just doing the mannerisms and stuff. Next one, Tim, was the one that really kind of set the whole night for me just off on a negative after that.
Hold on, let me guess. Was it racism? Was it white privilege?
No. You're way off.
Okay.
Way off. You can keep guessing.
I don't know.
But he once sang a song called Come With Me from Godzilla 1999.
David Bowie?
No. That was Heroes. We can be heroes just for one day.
I don't know.
Fucking Diddy.
No.
And I was just like, why did I get this?
You should have combined them all. Trump and Diddy in Las Vegas. Like the basement of the Trump hotel doing a freak off.
They exploded the Tesla right here, Sean. It was good times. And then I think the other one, I can't remember what the other one was. It was pretty easy. Oh, Mexican food. And I told the story of how Mexican food almost killed my dad.
Oh.
Because he ate so much it burned a hole in his stomach and he had to go to the ER. Oh, he was hanging out with our Mexican neighbor, Mr. Valdez. and my dad and him were eating hot chilies all night and getting fucking lit up like drunk.
Did the acid? Like what?
I mean, they were homegrown chilies, son. They can get really gnarly if you know how to grow those.
Yeah, people should grow that shit like weed, like they cross strains and shit, and try to make mutant peppers and shit.
Yeah, dog. But no, yeah, it was wild. But the Trump thing, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I can't do jokes about Trump. It comes off as a hate rally at that point. Like,
Dude, I want to start doing a bunch of those shows, and every time you go up, I'm gonna rig it so you only get Trump, and you only get like shit that is gonna get you canceled.
White privilege is a myth.
Trump, white privilege, systemic racism, all that shit.
It's not anymore.
You know I'm not even gonna do it with you. Not even gonna do it.
What can't a black person do nowadays?
Not gonna do it with you.
Can't.
Not gonna do it with you.
Just throwing that question out. It is
not
a good
gonna do it. Not doing it. All the answers are in my head, but I'm not gonna do it. Not doing it. Not doing it.
Well, then
not
you're racist.
No, it means I want my blood pressure to stay at a normal fucking level. That's what I want.
I need to go get my medication. Actually,
I got called from my health insurance company today about they're essentially bitching at me for not taking my meds on a regular basis.
That's hilarious. We're gonna take the CPAP, bitch.
No,
take
like
your Klonopin.
I wish I had Klonopin. No, my atorvastatin, Lipitor, and lisinopril. Like I forget whatever, so I get it filled 3 months, but then I'll like get it in 4 months. I'll go get it. But like, it's funny to me that like it's more cost effective for United Healthcare to pay someone to remind me to take my meds than the complications that could be happening for me not taking my meds. Because obviously they wouldn't do anything that wasn't more cost effective. So that's the reason they're doing it, because they realize that making sure I take my meds would cost them less money than if I had some sort of heart attack or something, right? So so it's just funny. I wasn't mad at her at all. She was fun, she was nice, but I'm just the whole time I'm just thinking like, this is wild how the insurance works. I mean, like same thing with like I have like a food credit. That's the same thing. Like if we get him eating less garbage, is better chance of him not costing us more money. And it does, and it works out as convenient for me right now, but it's just funny because that it's the only reason they do it is because they found it is more cost effective that way. Yeah, especially United Healthcare. Although,
right now they're going through it. They're going through it, as the kids say. They got a lawsuit on their hands.
Although my grocery allowance went down $20 since the CEO left us, so that kid allegedly owes me $20 a month.
Luigi, we're coming for you.
Right, and grilled chicken.
And grilled chicken. I'm not bringing this up quite yet, but just wanted to have that up there.
I messaged Pulse like 5 times about the bracket challenge. He said he would do it, but he didn't do it.
Didn't do it?
No, it's just better than last year because you and Alan both forgot, but we got you, me, and my brother and Alan. Listen, I'm never going to stop doing it. Never going to stop doing it. But Alan did something I didn't even know you could possibly do, which is have a passive-aggressive college basketball bracket.
Did he almost the whole thing?
No, but he picked like all the lower seeds. I think his championship was Liberty and Lipscomb.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm like, I know you didn't want to do it, and you did it as a favor to me, but they'll do it as a favor to me like that, I'm like, when I watch your dog, should I be passive-aggressive at your house? I told him I was going to. I'm like, next time you go, your couch is going to be upside down when you get home. Or just random shit like that. There's going to be a dog poop on the floor.
I was about to say upper decker in the toilet.
Yeah, something like that. Like everything's going to be fine, but something like unplugging all your appliances, like just that, except for the fridge, we're not a monster.
You're like what was that? Did you hear about that? Like council on like peace or something in Washington D.C.?
Sure, that went well. No,
they didn't want Doge to get in, so what they did, it's the level of petty is respectable on this, in my opinion. Like I respect what they did. They barricaded the doors, disconnected all phones and Wi-Fi, so Doge couldn't do shit. And then the CEO like barricaded themselves into their own office.
I mean, it's going both ways. I mean, Congress just changed the definition of a day in Congress. They literally did that. So that's insane. Like the shit's, I don't know, it's nuts. More nuts than it's been a very long time. It's always been nuts, but it's extra nuts now.
Changing a day in Congress. Let's see what that is.
Well, that's the best way I can explain it the way I heard it. But that's. I mean, there's more to it than that. But it was for them to not have to vote on something. I forget what it was.
It's on rollcall.com. Reputable service, then. Procedural maneuver GOP employed to shut down debate on tariff disapproval measure has been used by both parties. Okay.
They had to stop. They did it to stop them from having to vote against the president. Is what they did. Now they don't have to because they changed it. It's wild. It's wild.
Calendar days under national emergency laws, 76. It's a way for minority members to force a vote in the House. For example, if they don't like tariffs, blah blah blah. And if you're a majority and you don't want to vote against Trump tariffs because you think it's politically unpalatable to do so, to look like you're on the opposite side of the president, then you put basically negates the privileges purposes of the NEA, the National Emergencies Act.
Yeah, they didn't want to piss off Daddy. I mean, so they did that, which is wild. I mean, I'm not surprised if that has happened with the other side as well, but it's such a fucking what a weird.
It's a way to keep the control going in your fucking favor, bro. It's the juke move. They're just hitting the fucking stick on Madden. That's what they're fucking doing.
It's less of a juke move and more of a whatever the Astros were doing. But whatever, man. Moving on.
Definitely sign stealing for sure.
Moving on. How optimistically cynical? How we going? How we doing? I've been moving machines. So whether or not tariffs bring jobs or lose jobs, I'll still make money. Well, that's good for you, man. That's good. That's good. I mean, it's not. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about tariffs either. I need my blood pressure to stay right there.
My only thing is I'm hoping it's just a negotiating tactic. I really do. That's my brother said, if it really starts affecting, you'll hear me bitch. But
that's like my brother. I walked to my brother's house and said, I really like Trump, but what the fuck is going on with these tariffs? I'm like, the fact that he said that, it must have, I'm like, yeah, you're not the only one saying the same thing. Like, I voted for the guy, but I'm not with this. A lot of people are like that, and that's why he backed off for now.
That's why, like, when I look at it, I'm just like, hopefully you're just doing that to get a better deal for us. If that's what you're doing,
I hope so.
Fine. But when it really starts affecting shit, luckily the chickens, got hatched that needed to fucking breed the new generation of clean eggs we just got to bring down the price too. That's nice. But like, it's definitely. Like, again,
I could survive on scramblers, man. If I had to,
I'll just do an Uncrustable if I don't have eggs because it's
I do like eggs though.
Yeah, me too. Oh fuck! I had something and then lost it, Tim.
Eggs and ramen are the only thing I'm going to eat from now on. Just fucking.
Are you gonna walk? Because that's actually a good
No. I can't. I'm not going to exercise and eat better.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do both. Calm down, Ray.
Go to Route 250. Get on the treadmill.
It costs too much, and I can't go to Planet Fitness because I owe money to Planet Fitness.
How much do you owe to Planet?
I don't know. I stopped paying them like a decade ago. Like I closed out an account, and then they, I never canceled it, but I closed the account, so I count that as me owing them money. So I don't know. I don't know. my brother said that you can put 2 memberships on one member. Like he could pay for a membership, but I don't think they would matter who I was. I don't know if that's true. Then we could do it, but
Well, yeah, you just grab his fucking thing and go in.
no. He's been
Like,
going after work, and he's never invites me. He's like, "Oh, when you start coming?" I'm like, "When you call me and tell me you're going, that's why." When so.
yeah, dude.
Also,
Eric, get on it, bro.
I don't want to work out this time. I know too many people here. I don't want them to see me sweat. When I was a kid, it wasn't a big deal, but here I know too many people. I don't want
Tim,
my fat ass trying to sweat.
Tim,
No, that's always going to be a problem. That's the worst.
use it as motivation.
The
Tim.
stigma is always a problem. It's been a problem forever.
There's
No
no
more
stigma
fat
anymore,
stigma.
Tim.
The fuck there isn't.
There's no fat stigma anymore.
That's
There is a dating app for fat women to find men that like them, and I have a subscription. All
Of
right.
course you do. You probably fucking started it. You're an early investor.
I kind of wish. Like,
What is that one called? What's that one called? Broken Hinge?
no, broken frame. But no, it's called Woo Plus.
Would you say? Did you say Moo Plus?
Woo, as in woo, like Ric Flair.
Woo, that's a big one.
It's kind of Woo Plus. All right.
Woo. Ugh.
Yeah, it's you find some nice ones every once in a while that are really like hot, and you're like, oh, thank God you exist. But then you're like, you do find the fucking Marlas from Marla Hooches from fucking League of Their Own. Like it's hit or miss, bro. Like most dating apps now are so fucking hit or miss. It's disgusting. It's
I haven't
fucking
been on
disgusting.
for almost 8 years.
Count yourself fucking lucky, dog.
Yeah, dude, I don't fuck with that shit anymore. Fuck that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do because I like to get laid, but
That's definitely not worth that. It's not worth it. That's not worth it. Like
Yeah,
going through
can
that
be.
No, never.
you find a diamond in the rough that's a size 22 and she can fucking throw her feet behind her head. Oh,
Keyword there being rough.
and she liked it that way. All right.
Ugh. Ugh.
Oh,
No, dude,
man.
I'm just gonna be that sad uncle who's alone forever, and I'm fine with it.
We're just gonna
Yeah,
start
but when I
calling
get
you.
up, I can do whatever the fuck I want. That's what.
We're gonna start calling you a confirmed bachelor.
What's that even mean? Don't they have a worse word for that now? Isn't Gen Z probably? Don't they call it incel now?
Well, I don't think you don't fall into the incel category because you actually have a personality.
Yeah, and I also don't hate women. I just don't
No.
see that whole, like, I was at a bar after that comedy show we did down here, and I was watching people, like flirting and hitting on each other, and I'm just like, I don't need that in my life. And it just sounds, I don't want to like spend all that effort and time convincing someone that I'm awesome despite my appearance. Like, I don't want to put that. Doesn't seem worth it to me because I know I'm awesome.
You need a haircut, is what
I
you
don't need
need.
that. I don't need a haircut.
You need a haircut, and then we'll get you some confidence.
I don't need that.
Get my hair.
That wasn't
Yeah,
about not having confidence, right? It's about not wanting bullshit. Is what that is.
You can find a bitch like that. Sometimes though, they're 230 pounds and they can
Then
cook.
you have to,
Like,
then you have
that's-
to look for them. Then you have to look for them. It's a whole thing. Also, I do say all the time, and I think I've told you this, that although we have different preferences when it comes to what women look like, doesn't mean any of that's a deal breaker for me, right? I mean, we're just talking about just like hypothetical visual shit, when we're talking about that, right?
Yeah, but if
None
you
of that's
find
actually
the
a
right
deal
one,
breaker. None of that's actually a deal breaker, but they have to be awesome. They have to be awesome. They're big as me. They have to be pretty awesome.
it's just a goth mommy with big tits that has you on a leash.
And she has
I
to
can
be
see
like a
you
lawyer.
being
or
that
something.
guy.
She used to be smart. She used to be like a nurse practitioner or better.
Yeah. Yeah, you start with like a hairdresser that works 3 days a week, makes good tips.
Fat lawyer, hot hairdresser. This is
You know what? I could see you pulling hot hairdresser. I really could. With your fucking
but I'd
shit.
rather do fat lawyer.
but
Fat lawyer above hot hairdresser.
you
By a
can
lot.
exchange psych meds with the hot hairdresser.
That's true. A while ago I wrote this joke. It's in my head. I never told it. But it was just about like a girl that used to work in my pharmacy. I'm like, how weird would it be to ask out a girl who worked at your pharmacy? Like the bad thing is like she knows what meds you're on, but the good thing is like she knows what meds you have. So that was like back when I was taking Klonopin and Adderall. I'm like, I feel like this is like 50-50.
That is pretty funny. I like that.
Although it would be weird if she's like, no, I don't know. And then she looks at the computer. She's like, what? Never mind. Yeah.
He's stable
go
at
out.
least.
I'll go out with you. You have Adderall.
You have a razor blade or something
Look, I
to
have
crush
razor blades. Look, I have razor blades.
What was I gonna say? Fuck. No, yeah, I don't go fat lawyer because she's gonna want to argue with you, and like that's that won't last long because you'll do the same thing you do with me. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. And she'll be like, "Where were you on June 7th? And why was there red on your collar, homie?"
Yeah, but I don't do that shit, Ray. If it was red, it was some sort of pepper or ketchup.
You mean that would actually be a fun one for like a joke for that, where it's like, yeah, you mean the ketchup I had?
Right.
I had a burger at the bar, bro. Calm down.
I feel like she'd be more worried about that, though. The red in the collar she's worried about is me sneaking like ketchup. What have you been eating? What? Salad? It's French dressing.
I was about to say it's Italian vinaigrette. That's why it's red.
Right.
Oh man. Shit, dude. I don't even know. I think honestly I'm gonna really start looking seriously when I move out next year. When I fucking peace from Ohio for a while.
Well, we had a good run.
No, this show will still continue. I'll take the laptop with me.
This is an Ohio show, Ray. We can't do that.
No, it is an international show, sir. We've had multiple people from different places.
Not
on
different
this show.
countries. Have we had it? Somebody? No, we haven't. We
No,
almost-
it's
twice. All
Well-
the internationals all fall through.
yeah. What are you gonna do? But no, yeah, I'd continue doing this show out there. Shit, I'd be able to get more content too for the show because
I'd
I'd be over there all the time.
hours.
No, I would do. Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah. You had to do math in your head, didn't you?
I did. It's a 3-hour time difference. Yeah. Oh well, we'll figure it out.
Ray, you'd be dead in a week by getting eaten by a giant wildebeest or some fucking spider of some sort.
A javelina just gets me. I'm out in the fucking desert and a fucking wild boar gets my ass.
Maybe. First call you get is somebody who has a chupacabra in their basement.
Nah. Oh my god, we've been looking for this forever.
You
Give me
believe
a
it's my
burlap
first,
sack. It's the
my
only thing
first
that'll
day.
stop them.
my first day?
I mean, I was expecting Bigfoot for me. I wasn't expecting the choop.
Oh, I kind of want to like make a like an action comedy now about like a guy like pest control guy his first day, and this is the weirdest shit ever. I don't know what.
Oh my god, we could do that. And the working title is just The Exterminator.
Well, Bugman.
Oh, make it a team movie? I think we should make it a team with an M.
Well, it's gotta be about like a guy who's been there forever. He's about to retire, kind of like a cop movie, kind of like a buddy cop movie. He's been there forever, and he's training the new kid, his first day. And that guy, and the worst day of that guy's career is the first day of the new kid's career.
These things haven't been here since 7 to 5, boy. You
What's
should be
what's
lucky to feel
like,
this way.
That Jeff Daniels spider movie, like that.
Arachnophobia?
Arachnophobia, yeah. He'd be like John Goodman in Arachnophobia.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I have one of the like backpack sprayers on in the spring, I immediately think of John Goodman in Arachnophobia, where he just gets super close to the fucking spider webs and shit, and like really looking at stuff. I'm like, it's my man right there. It's my man.
You get kidnapped by a rat king. It's just Crispin Glover. And I don't know where I'm going now. All over the place.
Man.
But yeah, that would be funny. I don't know. I didn't really know what the plot is, but I want to be like Bugman's last day, and he's like basically like his swan song. He's like just training the new kid to replace him.
Do you have like a love story, side love story in there, where like the old guy gives the dude advice about like his relationship? What do you? Because
the first call is to his ex-girlfriend's house.
Oh,
yeah, she's like married and has kids now or something. But then like, I don't know. There's something in the basement. I don't know what it is. Maybe
a skunk. No, it'd be a skunk probably. You start small. Skunks, raccoons, vicious. You got to fight them into a cage as like the whole comedy bit, and you just hear sounds and fucking all the like sounds.
I don't think we're gonna be able to make this on a small budget. We're just gonna be like catching possums.
Yeah,
throwing them in a basement.
Get a couple have-a-heart traps and fucking let them loose. Oh, that'd be fun.
The thing today that they're the casting agency that did the extras for Superman and like Cherry and a bunch of other movies that were done in Northeast Ohio, they're doing casting right now for extras for a movie that's shooting in Dover. No idea what it is.
Go.
I'd be a terrible extra, dude. Number one, you can like. I'm recognizable. Everybody be like, what the fuck is that in the background? Like,
you do chew up the scenery. I have to say,
right.
you really
bigger Lebowski back there. But
dude, to be honest with you, to make you a meme in a fucking movie in Dover, Ohio, would be the greatest thing ever.
They need all kinds of extras, but they also need bodybuilders. I'm like, yeah, everybody get a bunch of muscle heads around here.
I was about to say, especially with the gyms that are down there.
Yeah, they're here. People get so bored, all they do is lift.
Well, I mean, that's all you can do in a city like, or I can't even call it a city, town that you live in.
Interest in anything like that, dude. Just only working out I'll ever do is to not die.
That's what you should be doing.
Not, oh man, I'm getting fucking jacked, bro. No,
I'm not expecting you to fucking become Mr. Olympia, kid. I'm just expecting you to fucking be a goddamn,
alive?
Yeah, normal heart rate. Like that's what that maybe if you worked out, the anxiety would kind of go away. I said kinda.
Right, it won't. I told you my worst anxiety until now was when I was like 170 pounds. So there goes your theory out the window.
You're also 36 now too.
37.
You got more. Oh yeah, 37. You're more mature. You got a PlayStation 5 now instead of a PlayStation 4.
You say that, but technically, yes, I am. It was weird to think of that because I'm still kind of, just not quite an adult, but still a lot better than I have been in the past.
I mean, I always knew you as a good guy. Like we never had cross words ever until we started doing this podcast, and then
I don't with many people. I mean, there was like one time in my life where I was a fucking psycho, and some people still hate me because of that, and I don't really blame them. But that was a long time ago, and that was a different me. It was a short period of time. I was over medicated. It was my fault. I'm not saying it wasn't my fault, but all those things were also true.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Mushroom Head has the greatest line in a song ever, which is "I had a bad day." That's
a Daniel Powder song.
Well, no, the whole line is "fuck you, I had a bad day," and then they go into a breakdown.
So the Chris Benoit. There's levels to this shit.
Have I ever told you about like the story I heard about the Chris Benoit family incident?
I don't think I want to know. I'm not ready to cry.
No, it's kind of an odd story.
Is this Our Lady Peace?
He's just playing Superman is dead in the fucking basement.
I understand why they stopped playing it, but I would have never stopped playing it.
There's no holding me back thing.
Huh? They stopped playing the song, right? For years.
Yeah, his theme song, yeah.
Right, but I would have never stopped playing it because it's your song. I would not let someone else take it from you. I mean, I understand the logic in not playing it, but I would just power through it, and it would be weird for a couple years. People would be like, every time you play it, but they'd get over it eventually, you know. So I feel like
it's become a meme now too. Like Chris Benoit, like as a murder meme, has become a thing. It's kind of wild.
I would not let somebody steal my song from me. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I dig it, but like that was such a tragic and horrifying event to begin with. But no, the story that I heard was that before he did his thing to himself and unalived himself, he left a note, and the crime scene investigators were confused by it because it said he'd be hanging around for a while, waiting for them. And the glasses is broke.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Hacklack, everyone. Ray Hacklack.
And also the son that he unalived as well didn't really like him that much because he always said he smothered him with love. Thank you.
I think I may be devolving into H. Foley.
This is Tim when I start doing it.
Turn it off.
This is everybody who's watching ROMERO More right now.
Turn it off. I'm gonna come.
All right.
Half of that was probably true. You know what I learned today? Something completely off topic.
What?
So I guess I never really thought about if Guinness Brewing Company and Guinness Book of World Records were the same company. I never really thought about that. And I have the answer. Do you know the answer?
Yeah, because I sent you that reel.
Did you send it to me?
I did.
I don't remember. I only watched the reels you sent me.
I know.
But the short answer is they're not. Because I looked into it further and they're not. But they were started by the same people. However, Guinness Book of World Records was bought by a different company a long time ago. So now they are actually completely separate entities. They have been for like 30 years. But they were actually started by the beer people, which I didn't know until. But they're no longer the same thing. It's not like Michelin and Michelin chef star restaurants. But they were at one point they were the same company, but they're not anymore. They haven't been for a while. But that's something that video does not say, is that they are no longer.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I
looked it up, and now it's they for a while.
I saw it was started by the same guy.
It is, but they are separate entities now.
Okay,
but yeah. So I looked at after I heard that I had to look it up because I never believe anything, and you shouldn't.
No,
unless a licensed care provider tells you so.
Nope. Not even then. Third opinions.
And at least two of them can't be doctors. All right.
Holistic medicine first, crystal second, medication plan Z.
We're start getting into crystals. What do you think?
No, I'm good. I've dated too many women who were into crystals.
I saw a clip from Mary Santora's podcast with her her roommate, who's also a comedian, whose name evades me at the moment. But they said at one point that they're both seeing the same psychic, and I'm like, yeah, sounds really on brand for Mary.
Yeah.
Love Mary, but yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a Mary Santora thing, man. She actually, it's kind of funny. They had, when I went to the Cleveland Comedy Awards last Thursday, me and Marty did not accept any awards. He did not win any of them, which I was sad about.
They rigged the vote because they knew you were going to be. They're like, we can't give this guy 5 minutes to talk on this stage. He's going to fucking talk about Trump. He's going to be wearing a red hat.
Yep, he has a cross on around his neck. He knows where he's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna interrupt our fun.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was a lot of fun actually. But Mary sent a video in with a full like face mask, like a skincare face mask, about how she was sad she couldn't be there and how big she was in New York, and like it was pretty fun. They had like, I think, Dave Hall. Who's the guy? Dave something. He's a guy from Cleveland, but he lives in like, I think, New York or England right now. He's always coming back to Cleveland. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Can't remember his name. He did one, and then somebody else did one. I forget who it was. And it was kind of weird, kind of awkward, but kind of fun. And John Armstrong killed as a host. Loved seeing everybody. Me and Bill hugged, so I guess calmer waters now, apparently.
I mean, I figured, man. I never thought he actually had a real problem with you. Bill's not really like that.
Yeah, but when you block somebody, it's like, fuck,
it's
man.
Facebook. Facebook doesn't fucking matter. How long is it going to take people to realize that?
I don't know if the shows are still happening, and I don't get emails anymore.
Make a fucking burner.
Chris Warnowski.
His shows are on the calendar on the Cleveland. Are you banned from the Cleveland Akron comedy page?
No, because I don't post any political shit in there.
Okay, well, they're all on there. There's a fucking spreadsheet.
The groups don't fuck around.
Spreadsheet. Have you been paying attention to the Marty Drexler versus Chris Paul thing? This is my favorite feud, by the way. I'm
starting
to get more and more pissed. Like, he keeps bringing it up. I asked him about it, and he's just like, "Yeah, man, whatever." But then, like, he posts shit. He's like, "Just, I don't know."
Yeah, Chris. I haven't talked to Chris in a very long time. He was at the what do you call it? He was at the awards, but I didn't see him, or I didn't like talk to him or say hi. I don't think. I Ubered because I wanted to drink. Then I got a ride home afterwards. So
yeah, I went downtown Monday and Tuesday, and then I was done with that.
I ate crab cakes, Tim. It was good.
Crab cakes are good.
They are. What was I going to say? No, with comedy feuds anymore, I don't give a shit. Can we just do jokes?
Really, Ray? Because you have several. So it's weird that you're saying you don't care when you have told me all the time how angry you are at people. You do that all the time. Now you're saying, of course.
Yeah, at the time. And then you know what happens? I do this, Tim.
You're
do
like,
this. You see this?
None of that. The way you said it was like, none of that ever bothers me. But I know for a fact it bothers you very much.
At the time. Now it's like, whatever, dude. Like, I'll be mad about it.
I never say anything to you when you go. I'm just like, dude, you're just. It's nothing. Let it go.
I have my arguments during.
If I tell you to let something go when you're in a mood, it's going to be a whole thing. So I just don't respond.
You ever do those? You ever do a cargument?
I talk to myself a lot, but I don't know.
Like where you have like you yell at people like in your car alone. You ever do that?
Jeez, I'm not that level of fucking psycho.
I'm that guy. I will
not surprise me.
I will hold it in until I'm alone and then get it out before I gotta go do something.
You have a mannequin in your seat that you just like write their name on their forehead with a dry erase marker. Today you're Bill Squire.
I don't have that kind of budget. I don't. It's not in a blow up. I can't even afford a blow up doll to put in there. Like, I'd have to stay out of the high occupancy vehicle lane, sir. It's not I don't know. At this point, I just have my car arguments and I'm out. Like, I'll be mad at them for a little while, but then it's like, whatever, dude. Smoke some weed and I'm out.
Make sure no one gets a recording of those or you'll be committed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been committed before.
But it's been a minute, all right? We're trying to keep the days without incident thing at a good number.
It's like been that 13 years ago that happened to me. Chris Jericho was came back for the third time when I was in there.
Is that what did it?
No.
Fucking Jericho. I'm joking. Literally joking.
Fuck Chris Jericho though.
I got money on this basketball game.
Who you got?
Drake over Missouri.
Oh, nice.
I waited too long. The line went down. Got it like plus 185. It's crazy how close some of these lines are when there's like a 13 and a 4. It's like plus 190. I'm like, well, geez. Yeah. I picked some upsets, but not the right one. The only one that happened so far is McKee State beat Clemson.
I don't even know. I haven't even checked my bracket, to be honest with you.
But Eric picked St. Mary's to win the whole thing. I think he did it last year too. They're like a 7 seed. They're not going to win the whole thing.
I have Houston.
They probably won't even win. Yeah, you and I have like 3 out of the 4 Final Four. We both have Houston, Auburn, and Duke in our Final Four. I think you have St. John's, and I have Memphis. I almost put Drake in there. I like Drake a lot. The thing about Drake, I don't even know if they're going to win this game, but they had a really good year, and their team is like all guys who played D2 last year. Because the coach came from a D2 school when he brought like most of his team with him. So these are all guys who were playing Division II, and now they won a conference championship at a D1 level. So
nice.
Mainly I want them to win. I had them in the Elite 8. But they had to win this one first. And I was confident, so I put $25 on it to win like 46 or something.
Okay. I dig it.
Even though I told myself no more betting. But I thought about just putting a bunch of like $5 bets on all the big underdogs, but I'm like, that's stupid. Don't do that. Because I would because the way the spreads are, I would need like 2 or 3 of them to hit to make money.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's I have no idea. I haven't heard from him. He hasn't been in the chat. Might be at work busy, Tim. You never know. He's got to get a real man's job. Not like us. We don't want to do that. That's why we do this show. Like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. Because
I was trying to think of all these things. Where I'm like, last Tuesday, I was like, I forgot to bring this up. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about. So then I forget them all. So I'm trying to remember them. There's one thing. This is a story that happened a month ago now. When I was doing that comedy show here, I was doing a fundraiser for my niece's softball team. And I get there and I went to the bar area of this venue. It was like a banquet area where the show was, and there's a bar right in the next room over there. So I went over there, right when I got there to get a drink, and the bartender's like, "Oh, are you staying for the comedy show? There's a comedy show tonight." And what like a normal person would have said in this situation, like what I should have said is, "Oh yeah, I'm one of the comics." That's what I should have said. But the way my brain works, for whatever reason, what I spit out was, "I am the comedy show." That's what I said. And then I'm like, I'm one of the comics. I'm like, what? What? What did I say? I don't know. I thought that was funny.
Did you take your sunglasses off as you said that? Like I just slow motion.
I am the comedy show. Do you not know who I am?
Hey, fucking, do you see you just you point to the fucking flyer and go, my man, and then you,
Just hold it up like, am I
Yeah.
here for the comedy show?
sir, do you not see a star in front of you?
There's a woman, but still, yes.
Ma'am,
Madam,
whatever.
but yeah, I said that. I walked away. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I can't talk to people. I'm like, this is.
And then tomorrow I will rule the world.
But I did say, I'm like, yeah, I'm one of the comics. So first I said I am the comedy show, which is like, what?
Yeah. That makes you sound way more egotistical than you actually are.
I know. That's why it's ridiculous. I'm like, what if there he is.
What kind of balls? Hi, Pauls.
Brothers, can we react to something real quick that I just sent to Tim's personal Discord server?
If it's a picture of your dick, I mean, I guess
No,
we can't
man.
show it.
Where have you been, sir?
It would have to be in high definition. Listen, so apparently in the first round of the NCAA tournament, the University of Kentucky got upset by a team out of, I think, Oakland, California in the first round.
Oakland,
Nobody
Michigan.
thought, huh?
Michigan. Oakland's in Michigan.
I thought the school was called Oakland.
It is. It's in Michigan.
There is an Oakland, Michigan.
Okay, well that's even worse. I thought it was the one in California. At least I know
Also, this
that-
happened a couple years ago. I know who this guy is. This has happened a couple years ago. This is not this year.
Please, let's react to this though. I mean, still, that's a tremendous upset. University of Kentucky is like one of the major powerhouses in college basketball.
This might have been
There's a
last
school
year.
called Oakland in Michigan,
Yes.
and in
They're
the first round, no
Rising
less.
League, I believe. What?
In the first round, no less. Were they a number one
Yeah.
seed?
No, I think they were a 3 seed. I think this was a 14 beating a 3. I think.
That's still a tremendous upset. I've never heard of this school. Okay, that's like DeVry or ITT Tech beating Kansas.
Yeah, but I mean, it
Almost on
happens
the
every
same
year.
level.
I mean, McKee State beat Clemson today. That was a 12 beating a 5.
Oh wow. Okay. But
Also,
still,
why
that's not
I
even-
asked you very nicely to fill out a bracket and you didn't do it.
Okay,
so I don't even know why you're even here.
No, please listen. Okay, it's not even so much of the fact that the smaller school beat the higher seeded powerhouse.
Mhm.
We have to react to this one player who went off for 32 points. He was an Uber driver, and they're claiming. Okay, so here's the thing. Typically, I feel like most college athletes are anywhere between the ages of 18 to 22 at most. At most, maybe you got
Yes.
held back in. Right?
Sometimes.
Okay, maybe 23 if you maybe you went
If you red-shirted or something.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're going to be older
You can
now
all-
because now the JUCO is not counting anymore. But yeah, okay, yeah,
Oh,
most
you
of them.
did
yeah.
ROTC for a year or something like that. Trying
I
to
mean, they're
find your
usually
best.
under 25 for sure.
The guy that they highlighted in this short. I want you guys to tell me that they don't expressly state his age in this short, but I just want, based off of what you see, what do you believe is his age? And I don't know if you can screen share, but if you can, I feel like the fans want to see this.
The fan, you mean?
I can send it.
dude here.
I can send it to Ray, but I feel
might
like
be
this is
more
something we should
Rumble
have
or
talked
Facebook.
about last year when this happened. Pause.
Okay, no, but this is what, like, we have to, because this is the thing.
This is old news.
guy
Man. Are we talk about? I don't know what's next. Like, I don't really
Oh,
trust
yeah.
that Nixon. All right.
He's an Uber driver. He's an Uber driver that went off in the tournament,
to you,
and
man.
that's
Also,
the
we
thing.
need to start talking about more things in the past, like Phi Slamma Jamma. Okay, we need.
There's this thing called the internet. It's gonna take the world by storm, man. Just wait.
Remember a few years ago, there was those two brothers who played for Marshall who both had beer guts and receding hairlines. Those guys were the best.
No, but wait, listen. Okay, seriously, guess who? I want you, Tim, because I think you're looking at it currently. What do you, based off of what you see, how old would you say this guy is?
I mean, I know he's like 23.
Maybe in the year 2005. No, he looks like John Cena last year.
He has a bit of a receding hairline, but I'm well aware that he was a college kid, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know the answer.
But I'm just saying, he was delivering pizzas, and then he all of a sudden went off for 32 points against the University of Kentucky. That's like a real life Rudy.
It was great.
I don't even. That's the thing. See, you say that though, but the fact that I didn't even hear about this, I did cancel ESPN. I've been following, like, honestly,
dude, that guy was the internet for like 3 days. I can't believe you never heard about this,
bro.
That guy was the most popular basketball player in the world for like 3 days.
So he was like a contemporary Jeremy Lin. You remember Jeremy Lin in 2012 when he took the world by storm?
Yes. Yeah, it was like insanity. What's this guy's name? Jack something, right?
Please tell me he's at least in the D League. Did he parlay this into a D League career?
Oakley.
Or is he back driving?
I've been seeing him on a lot of podcasts recently because it's once again that time of year. But
please tell me he's not back driving for Uber.
Might be.
No,
I don't know what a
even the Hawk 2 abroad parlayed her 15 minutes into something bigger. This guy couldn't. You said he's on podcast.
I don't know, Pulse. Maybe he did. I don't know. I don't know what a bachelor's degree from Oakland gets you nowadays. I don't know. Maybe he's working at Verizon. I don't know, man. I'm sure he's
working in a dispensary.
He's probably an analyst of some sort. Probably
should at least be like you should at least be a general supervisor for a Foot Locker or something like that. Like, he should have parlayed this into something better than Uber.
I'm sure he parlayed into a podcast that is better than ours.
Okay, well, okay.
Probably viewer-wise.
Let's see. I'm gonna do my hardest to get him and Dude Person
score 30 points against Kentucky. That's what you need to be trying to do, Paul. Score 30 points against Kentucky, and then we'll be successful.
I think I could do it against the Kentucky women.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, you probably could, actually.
Okay, wait. No, listen. I'm not even shitting on women's basketball, but I definitely could.
There's no way you actually think that.
No, yes, I do. And listen, you guys never see me play. Even against the men, I'll get like at least 7 points. I luck up into 7 points, man.
Did you play in high school?
Not for a team, but I played today.
There's no way, dude. There's no way.
I think he could body a couple bitches and be fine.
But even against the men, you're telling me on a fast break that I just couldn't just catch it and then like in the open court just.
Right.
I mean, we talking like LeBron catching your ass because he could catch you. Sure. I mean, not like LeBron, but I'll show respect in that area.
We need to email every women's college basketball program and see if we can get a scrimmage. They're starting 5 against Pulse and another 4 of them. And so
idea.
Let me start off small, not against Kentucky women. Let me start off against
you said Kentucky women. You're the one that said it, not me.
Okay, but I need to build up my confidence. Let me start off against McNeese State.
How about Kent State? I've watched the Kent State women play multiple times. They beat your ass.
We'll get the white. What's his name? The white Mamba. Was it white? Yeah, we'll get the white Mamba. Brian Scalabrine against Pulse.
No,
we can do it.
I give him credit. He could actually hoop. Like, you've seen him on the internet.
48 though.
No, but people clown him for being the sorriest guy in the league. But then they show clips of him at like playgrounds, and he's like rolling people up, and it's like, what did you expect? He's 6'8", and he played in the NBA. But here's the thing. I'm saying this right now. In a one-on-one matchup, me against Caitlin Clark. Be nice, guys.
Caitlin Clark would beat your ass.
Sure, but I would
from the outside.
Sure, but I would have scored at least 7 points. I'm crediting myself 7. At least 7.
She'll be up by 300, Pulse. There's no
there's no way you get 7 on her.
No.
And you're saying that in a game to 11, 1s and 2s?
No, to 21. To 21.
21?
Yeah.
She takes 7 shots.
Maybe.
Okay, I give you that. She's dangerous from the outside, but I listen, I'm bigger than her and I body her in the paint. And I'm a beast in that paint.
Yeah, that's why she would play the outside.
I think she'd get around you.
You know, y'all guys remind me of when
She's
Ronda
a point
Rousey.
guard.
When Ronda Rousey claimed that she could, you know, when she was in her heyday, and people were like, "Oh, she could beat up Floyd Mayweather." No, get off the gas.
Well, I mean,
Get off the gas.
fish and fowl, apples and oranges here, dude. You're doing two weird comparisons that you shouldn't be doing, dude.
This
No,
is like
you
my
remember
brother
when
who
she
says
was
he
in
can
her
hit
heyday,
Major
when
League
she was-
pitching.
When she was beating women in like 30 seconds, everybody was like, "Oh, she can beat any man in a fight." I'm
But
like,
that's
"Whoa!"
fighting. Like Caitlin Clark,
I
all she has to
basketball all my
do,
life.
all she has to do is walk the outside perimeter and fucking shoot on your ass.
Have you not seen Pros versus Joes? I need to bring that shit back.
She
There's a lot of
played-
guys, and I know a lot of them. Pulse is one. My brother's another one that need humbled because my brother thinks he can hit Major League pitching. He hasn't taken a live.
Okay.
He hasn't taken a live baseball bat since he was 13. But he said he would get at least one clean, legitimate line drive base hit in 10 at bats. I'm like, there's no fucking way. No way.
If they're
No, they
pitching
did this
full,
before. I think
Right.
no. They did this before. I think it was Jenny Finch. She struck out like Mike Piazza and
Pujols.
Jason Giambi and some big league pros. So they've done this before. But I'm saying this: I played basketball for all of my life. I'm talking about. I'm not saying I would beat her in 21. I'm not. But I'm saying I would at least be good for 7 points.
Are we
Give me
talking ones
that.
and twos or twos and threes?
Yeah, 2s and 3s. Yeah.
All right, so you're saying you're going to make maybe.
One
I mean,
three-pointer.
if you hit your shots, I mean, as soon as she checks the ball, if you put it up and hit it, that's 3 points. You know, I mean, maybe.
I
you
don't
can get
suck
7.
at basketball, guys. I'm letting you know that right now. Like I'm pretty
believe
good.
you. I
we're not
honestly believe you.
denying
I'm
your
still taking-
skill.
I'm
in
still
the
taking
slightest.
the under. I'm still taking the under. I might lose
Yeah.
that bet, but I'd still take the under.
No, I fully acquiesce. I'm acknowledging she'll beat me in the game overall, but I'm saying I would be good for at least 1 3 and 2 field goals.
Possibly.
It's not
Because
impossible.
the only reason I say this is she plays in the Women's National Basketball Association, which is a league where grown women miss wide open layups. So if they can do that, I can at least hit mine. You have to give me that. You must.
All you have to do is do better than Angel Reese, and
Right.
we'll be good.
Right.
Like, have you guys seen highlights of her play?
Listen, Angel
She's a
Reese
bully.
is a normal rookie.
She's a bully.
She's gonna be better. She's not.
she's the
No one's
female-
saying she's one of the best in the league. No one's saying that. She just
No,
is
no,
one
no.
of the most
She
popular
is.
in the league.
She's
Well-
the female Draymond Green. She's the bully now.
It's good. I mean, her and Caitlin Clark should absolutely lean into it. That would make them both tons of money. I mean, for the
Oh,
wrong
hell yeah.
reasons, it would absolutely be a race thing,
Oh,
but it would still
bro.
make a ton of money.
Whoa!
Nobody. If it wasn't for them two, nobody would be watching women's basketball in the summer. Nobody would be even checking it out. So this is the best thing to happen for the
Hey,
WNBA.
the Aces sell out most of their games. I just learned that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
This is like she's a godsend for that league.
Of course she was.
She's like a white woman. Steph
And
Curry.
she's getting eyes on that league, and then people watching it, like, oh wow, she's not the only one that can play.
She's
Bro,
the
I was-
NBA. I was
I'm
going to say
sorry,
she's the WNBA's white Larry Bird.
No, for real. Bro, I was watching. There
You're
was
like a
no
white
reason-
Larry Bird.
There's no reason for me to watch. Even before she got in the league, there's no reason for me to watch Iowa women's basketball. But I know who she is because of what she did in college. So this is the best thing to happen for the WNBA, and they need to milk it.
They are. The Fever are always on TV. Yeah, they're doing everything they can. They're well aware. They know where their moneymaker is.
She needs a sneaker. She needs a sneaker.
Does she not already have one? Pulse, I thought you were going to buy me a Caitlin Clark jersey. I've been waiting on it. You said you were. You said if I'd wear it, I'd get one, and I would absolutely wear it.
Guys, I have a
No,
question about the
I'm good.
Caitlin Clark shoe. Why would a woman want that when it doesn't have a heel?
But don't.
Ray Hacklock, everybody. Keep it going for him.
It's a new character on the show, Ray Hacklock.
He'll be at the bar for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
No,
Goddamn
I'm
right.
serious. They need to milk. She needs to be on ESPN The Body wearing a thong or something like that. Like they need.
Oh my God! Don't give me. Well, I don't think she has a good bod.
Still, they need to
No,
milk
she's-
this for all it's worth.
Well, she has an athlete's body.
Well, she's
But,
not my cup of tea. I like throwers and fucking,
Well, even Jay Cargo when she was playing basketball didn't look like she did now. She looked like a basketball player. She didn't look like a wrestler bodybuilder like she does now.
Yeah, she got fucking jacked from what I've seen the old photos of her from when she played in the NCAA. Damn, she changed. Like,
Steroids would do that to you.
yeah, well, I mean, gas moves cars. So, I'm gonna take that off real quick. Yeah.
But dude, I now want to start a series of like just humbling like dudes in their 30s athletic.
Yeah, pros versus bros.
Maybe.
Pros versus bros. We get like
but that's basically pros
Travis Hafner.
We have to have a different name. It's too close to pros versus Joes. We'll think of something.
I'm trying to think. So you think you can, and then it's so you think you can hit off a Major League Baseball player.
Bro, humble bro, Brumble.
Humble
like
bro.
Humble.
Instead of humble brag, it's humble bro.
Humble me, bro.
Oh God, sounds like a weird fetish porn. Humble me, bro.
Humble me. Facing broality. We'll think of something anyway. But I would love to do that. I want to start with getting the best picture we can find to face my brother. I need that.
Shit, we could probably find like, oh, dude, I do think So You Think You Can should be the thing, and it's like hit off a high school, college, and professional player.
I think a good high school.
And they're all throwing smoke. They have to throw straight one down the middle, like
I honestly
hard
think
as fuck.
He hasn't taken any at bats since he was 13. He just turned 34. Yeah. So, 21 years. Average high school kid's gonna get him, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I need to get anybody really good. I think like you get like the number 2 starter for like the new Philly baseball team will get him.
I was about to say, you probably know the fucking who the coach is for the high school, don't you?
I don't know who it is, but I do know who the athletic director is. They just hired a new one, and he his daughter plays softball.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And he's also the middle school principal. But yeah, I know that guy.
Nice.
But yeah, it
Talk
could
to him.
probably get it done. But
I think
it needs to happen because he honestly, I mean, he said he could hit a college pitcher. If I ask him how long would it take him to get a hit against a high school pitcher, he'd probably tell me, dude, first at bat, I'm hitting a homer.
Oh, we need to do this. We need to do this. I'll drive down to New Philly. I'll buy like a fucking thing so we can hold the cell phone. I'll get a GoPro for the fucking catcher's like helmet, or you could wear it being you could wear your umpire stuff. That would be I think that'd be kind of fun. You're the umpire.
Yeah, that was my idea. Yeah.
And then I'll just be over on the side, kind of like looking like a manager with just shitty sunglasses on.
For just standing in the third base coach spot, just fucking rubbing his balls and his nose.
I'm just popping a Zin.
Yeah. But I definitely want it to happen. And like I think he'd have a hard time getting hits off of the pitchers that are on my niece's team. I mean, I think he would hit them. I mean, can't do that.
Yeah, I think he could do a 12-year-old girl for sure.
But the thing is, he's never hit against anything other than a slow pitch softball since he's 13. So I don't know why he's getting this.
Talk to the AD. Get like the third string kid who can still kind of throw some gas at like 75.
It needs to be someone, as long as he has 2 pitches. It has to be, if he's just throwing fastballs, he'll be able to time it. But if he has an off-speed pitch of some sort, that would be the problem.
Yeah, but we hold that for like every second pitch or something like that.
No, he
where
can
it's
pitch him
like,
however he wants to pitch him. The point is, this kid has to try to get him out. And my brother has to try to get a hit off him trying to get him out. So, Pulse is back.
all right.
Which is good because I need another drink. So I will be back. You guys,
all right.
Forward.
We'll kvetch for a minute while you're gone.
I have a brilliant idea, Ray. Listen.
What is?
Let's capitalize on this popular. So I have a channel called the NBA Holes. It's sort of a mock of the MMA hole. I basically ganked their whole logo, and I put a basketball in it instead of an MMA glove. But here's the thing. I'm thinking about switching it all up to the WNBA holes. I need to capitalize on this. Strike while the iron's hot. There's views here.
Yeah, start talking WNBA. I think you give more of an audience than you realize. A lot of them are lesbians, so don't expect a lot of fan mail. But they'll watch you just for stats.
If studs watch my channel, then I'm fine by that. I just want viewership. But like I'm just saying,
a lot of strap-on emojis in the chat every single time you do it.
A lot of women wearing Timberlands, but I'm just saying, this is
my haircut.
And it'd be so great if they could. I don't know if they'll get another Caitlin Clark, but if they need because let's be honest, Brittany Griner, she's on the downslide of her career.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I'd never heard of Brittany Griner until she decided to take the wax onto the fucking plane.
Right.
Caitlin Clark, I heard about because like everybody was talking about her.
Okay, I'll say this. So Brittany Griner graduated from Nimitz High School in Houston, Texas. So I knew about her, but she was kind of a big deal around here. But yeah, I feel what you're saying. But like, they need more star power. They need to build on this.
Yeah. They absolutely do, dude. They need more personality in. I mean, just being like we're fundamentally driven and we're all sisters. Fuck you. There's some people that want to make fucking money in this fucking league, and that's how it should be.
They've been saying that for years. Now, here's the thing: Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they can be like the new Magic and Bird, right?
Yeah,
bitter rivals or whatever, and yeah, they should just capitalize on this. I feel like I want to get in on the ground floor.
Yeah, shit, you'll be laying the foundation. I think. I don't think there's many WNBA pods out there.
Well, in the MMA host chat, there's this one guy who his channel is called WMMA Scene Now. Now he strictly covers WMMA, like women's mixed martial arts. So
I would love to see his credit card bill and the OnlyFans he subscribes to.
No, well, this was whenever Invicta was popping, and when Cyborg was over there, and then Amanda Nunes was on the come up, and Rousey. So it had a meaning at that time.
That's a guy who likes apartment wrestling, the old fucking pro wrestling magazines that were like panties and fucking all that shit. That's what he's into.
Yeah,
fucking freak.
No, I'm gonna get on this Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I see Angel Reese. She looks like a goddamn fucking deer when she's out there. She has no real timing. It's kind of hilarious the attitude this little girl has. Like, it's entertaining at least. Like, I'm not saying it's she's trash. She got to the level, the highest level in women's basketball you can possibly get. But outside of Europe, maybe because it pays a lot more. But like, it's still like that's gonna elevate when you get rivalries like that, when people genuinely don't like each other. That's when fucking money starts rolling the fuck in, dog. Like that's the best time. Capitalize. Get more angry bitches in the league. Bring some mad studs, as you say. Fucking get some shit. Get some fucking some fucking one of them with a sex tape or fucking nude leak. Like who was the one that had the flapjack tits? The fucking MMA fighter. She fought recently. Andrade had like a fappening happened to her.
I remember that. Yeah.
One of the worst bodies in mixed martial arts.
I mean, she's
Roy
a
Nelson
stout
had better tits.
She's a stout little Brazilian boy, but like she's got power though, so I respect her.
Do the fucking sexism wheels fall off every time I leave? Come on, you guys are just fucking being misogynistic assholes.
I mean, we just started, but we were talking more about how Pulse is thinking about starting a WNBA podcast. And
Pulse, if you're just gonna shit on them the whole time, like
no, I'm gonna cover them.
He's gonna cover it, but then we were talking about the rivalry, and then all of a sudden, when I was bringing you back, I started talking about Jessica Andrade's naked body that I saw one time online.
I'm ready for the Rockers to come back. My 40s is going to be very WNBA heavy.
You're standing outside the Rockers locker room, just like, great game today, ladies.
Yep. We'll be sitting courtside, dude, drinking bourbons.
You're sitting in the foundation club.
They're all gonna know me. They're gonna call me Uncle T.
Uncle T's here. He has 5 of the rows. He doesn't let people sit around him. He's that rich.
Mm-hmm.
How much did that cost him? $50 a season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tell you the other day, a representative from the Cavs ticket office called me.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you this?
No.
I was on my way back. It was last Friday. I was on my way back from Cleveland, and he called, and I answered, and he's like trying to sell me season tickets and shit. And he's asking me all these questions, like, "So, how long have you been a Cavs fan? Who was your favorite player growing up? What's your favorite? What's your favorite moment?" And I know what he's doing, but at one point, and I was talking, and I was answering his questions, and at one point, I said to him, "I'm like, this." Quick question. Are you reading from a script or do you have it memorized by now? I did not like that question. He went, no, we're just having a conversation, which is a lie. He is absolutely, I mean, he may have it memorized by now, but it's absolutely a script.
Oh yeah.
And it's fine. I mean, I'm just messing with you, man. I just know because my job, I do that. So I just know, it's not a big deal. I was just messing with you because I do that. I know when someone's reading from you may have it memorized by now, but he just like, ha, 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 and just kept asking me questions and his tone changed. So I think I pissed him off. I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to piss him off.
He's just going to get you in Loudville now.
I wasn't going to buy in anyway. I can't. I'm like, dude, baseball season's starting. I love the Cavs, but I do have a favorite child. Also, he's like, when was the last time you were there? I'm like, the last game, because it was the last home game. Listen, if I was going to go to 5 games, it would be better to buy season tickets and sell the ones I don't want. Like it would be. That is the better way to do it. Buying a resale is the worst way to buy tickets because he told me, he's like, the ticket you had, he's like, you paid $118 for it. The person that bought it originally paid $56 for it. So I'm like, yeah, I know. And I mean, I'm absolutely well aware that you're correct. I just don't go that much, and I live an hour and a half away. I don't know when I'm going to go. I'm like, this doesn't make sense for me.
Yeah.
And then I asked him if he was reading from a script, and he didn't like it very much. I felt bad because I thought that he was going to make it because he seemed cool. That's why I made the joke. But
God damn it, Tim! Why you gotta ruin people's day?
Yeah, I guess, man. I probably thought I was a dick. Everything was going good before then.
Have you ever been in those offices?
I think I was just doing his job, but
they're quite corporate. That guy is miserable, and you ruined his day. How dare you?
I was just trying to get the man to laugh. I was trying to get a joke together. Listen, if someone would have asked me that, I would 100% tell them the truth.
That man,
so I thought it was weird.
Is in a polo shirt with the Cavaliers logo on it, and you had to shit on his fucking ruse.
Oh, he did tell me he just moved here from Michigan, so.
All right, his Michigan embroidered blue and yellow that he wears
He
to
did
annoy
tell me, he's like,
everybody.
"Don't worry, I'm not a Wolverines fan or anything like that." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure you say that to everyone. It's fine." But I don't know. I was driving, so I didn't mind talking to him. I didn't mind answering his questions. He's like, "Who was your favorite player growing up?" I'm like, I almost said Mark Price, but I'm like, nah, it's Legowskis. Legowskis is what I really got into it.
Really?
I love Legowskis too. Before LeBron came in, after LeBron came,
I was a Sean
I
Kemp
completely
guy.
forgot about Z.
I liked him too. But what?
I completely forgot about Z.
It's because you're not a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. We will never forget about Z.
Yeah, Z was everywhere for even me, a non Cavs fan. I saw him on TV. I heard him on the fucking radio. He was the superstar in Cleveland until LeBron got drafted.
They never
Nobody before Zadrunas at all.
Never got him a championship. He even went to Miami with LeBron for a year, and they didn't win that year.
Okay, I
Fucking
mentioned the guy
albatross.
in the tournament, and I said that he might be working at a Foot Locker. What do you think Matthew Dellavedova is doing right about now?
I know what he's doing. He's playing professionally in Australia.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
And if he wasn't, he'd be retired, dude. That guy made his money. He signed a really big contract with the Bucks. He had like a $40 million contract with the Bucks.
Bro, LeBron is the gift that keeps on giving, man, isn't he?
More or less, but Delly worked his ass off, dude. That's why we like Delly so much. Like, Kyrie Irving hated that guy for like 2 years because Kyrie was #1 draft pick. Delly comes in, I think the same year, maybe the next year, as a an undrafted free agent, and he's like going 110 in practices because he's trying to get a job. And Kyrie has a job, right? #1 pick, and he fucking hated Delly. But
No,
that's
I feel
how Delly
like
got a job.
I feel like Delonte West is the only guy who didn't prosper after
Oh no, he did because he fucked LeBron's mom.
I wouldn't call that prospering.
Yeah, I was about to say. Then he ended up living underneath the feeder. So I don't know if that I don't know. I feel like that's karma.
Kinda.
I don't know about karma. You know what? I honestly feel. I mean, a lot of people will be like, "Man, if you're an athlete and you fucking spend your money dumb and you go broke, it sucks to be you. Why are you being an idiot, man?" I feel bad for those guys. I feel bad for those guys. I do. And I'll tell you why. Because especially guys who grew up from nothing, no one tells you how to have money. And now guys are better about it because there's so many people have been through it. They don't want those guys to go through it. So there's more resources. There used to be no resources for guys like that. Right. And no internet for a while too. Like who you gonna trust? How you gonna, I'm just saying, I get it. I mean, if I became a multimillionaire at 18 years old, I probably would have lost a lot of it too.
You know what? I would like to feel you on that, but the thing is, I know
Ray would. He have a great graphic tee collection, but he'd be broke.
Kids from the hood who squander their money, I don't feel sympathy for them, and I'll tell you why. Okay. Because guys from like third world countries, like where Akon's from, he went back and bought like a large portion of Africa and cut the lights on. Like people come from way worse than like the inner cities of America, and they don't. So I don't feel sorry for none of these guys. Like you look at some of these guys who grew up eating mud, and like they end up becoming billionaires. So it's like I have no sympathy for any athlete that goes broke.
Sure.
Antoine Walker, any of these guys.
There were times that I'm just saying there were times that there weren't any resources and there's people asking for shit. Like I mean, I get it's not as easy. Like
but when you buy 17 houses, dude,
right? It's not as easy to not go broke as people assume. I believe that's what I'm saying.
I hear that, but I have no problem telling people no as a working class, individual. So
right, and like now they say that problem is I mean it's still there, but it's not. It used to be like 80% of guys would go broke. Now it's a lot different because other people have gone through that, and people are more cognizant now of it, and people are going out of their way to like go to young guys and be like, hey, you need to make a plan. You need to.
I remember Adam Pac-Man Jones said he bought like all of his first cousin's Cadillacs, and it was like 17 of them. And I'm like, I see this coming a mile away. And sure enough, he was on one of those ESPN documentaries, and I'm like, I saw this coming a mile away. Like,
I buy all my family's cars, but I would get them like 3-year-old Subarus. Like,
Right.
you want it or not. Like, it's better than what you have currently. You want it or not.
Bro, I would get them all 2002 Toyota Corollas.
There you go.
And like, you know what I'm saying? And like, and I, you know, I'd put some rims on them, but I'm like that. Yeah, be happy with that.
I mean, I have a custom paint job, but yeah. Okay. I do worry about one of the reasons I don't play the lottery is because I think it's too much money to win. I think like if you won $500 million, I think it would cause more problems than the good it would do. Number one, you have to move. You have to move. And Ray would move to Vegas, and it would be gone in a year. But
No, it wouldn't.
Ray's
I know exactly what I would do with it.
Living
Most of it is hookers, but
sure.
um,
Blow, I'd also have a cardiologist on call.
yes.
This EMT is following me around. Instead of a limo, I have an ambulance driving me around.
The paddle.
No,
He's got the paddles
you know what?
on ready.
To this day, the worst rags to riches, back to rags story has got to be. Oh, what was his name? Quarterback from he played for the
Menzel?
he came from LSU. He played for the Raiders.
Jamarcus Russell.
Who?
Jamarcus Russell.
Yes, DeMarcus Russell. Yes. Okay. Where do we even begin? So here he is, the quarterback, the starting quarterback for the Oakland freaking Raiders. And he's in one of the worst spots in Oakland trying to buy a full bottle of prescription strength cough syrup. And it's only funny because could you imagine Tom Brady trying to get some lean?
Yeah.
No,
Carrying a bottle of Sprite with him.
No, understand this. At that time, Tom Brady was his contemporary, and like that's why I use that as a to
Ben
compare.
Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger fucking getting like doing that too.
I mean,
No, it's
lean,
just
no. Pussy, yes.
He actually no. I'm just saying, whatever your substance of choice, you are the starting quarterback driving a Maybach in one of the worst ghettos in Oakland. You have to know, like, this is not going to turn out right. And it's like so many guys. No, I'm just saying. You would think he would know there would be avenues where people could get things for you. You know, you're the starting quarterback for the Raiders.
There is a documentary. It's a 30 for 30. It's called Unguarded, I think. I forget the guy's name. He was a white guy guard. He went to Fresno State. He played for Tarkanian, and he was in the NBA for a while. He was in the NBA.
He played for the Nuggets. Yeah, I know you're talking about
Nuggets and the Celtics, and yeah, he was like addicted to drugs the whole time. And he had a story about he would go out to meet his dealer outside of the Garden in Boston in his full uniform.
Okay, I feel that. Okay, that's my wild too. But here's the difference, though. You are it's one thing if he was the backup placeholder. You're the starting signal caller for the Oakland freaking Raiders, one of the stalwart teams in the league. You're the starting quarterback. Like people know you. People know who you are. It's like I just some people. That's why I say I don't feel bad for any of these guys who squander their shit.
Couldn't he make Janikowski go get it for him? Like,
right.
Janikowski
making a joke, but no, seriously. Well, probably not Janikowski. Janikowski had some clout as a kicker. I mean, like the actual placeholder, make him go get it. Or Towel Boy.
No, yeah, somebody. But unless you thought everyone was going to knock you out, which when you're a drug addict in the NFL, you probably think so. The chances of you getting knocked out are about 100%.
Oh, I heard he was falling asleep in meetings and stuff like that. Yeah, he was like, he was going to flame out.
It was Chris Herron, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, he was in the NBA for like 5 or 6 years or more, and then he played overseas for another like 10. I mean, he was a legitimate, professional basketball player, but he was, he had a drug problem the whole time. That's a great documentary.
No, I remember that team. He was a good point guard too. He played with Antonio McDyess. They were a good team.
Yeah, that Fresno State team was good. When Tarkanian was over there. Yeah. Tark the Shark. Man, he's from Boston. So I think he was clean when he was in Denver. Then when he got traded to Boston, that became the problem because he was home again. I mean, he's been clean for years now, and he's a motivational speaker, and he helps kids and shit.
Nice.
Same thing with Maurice Claret. That's what he's been doing. He's a motivational speaker.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Does he live in a van down by the river?
No, he's doing good now, actually. I
Oh,
think they brought him. I think he was at the national championship game on the sideline. Like, yeah, he's still beloved for his 1 year at Ohio State. You know how good you had to be in 1 year to be beloved for one season?
Fuck yeah, man. He was loved at he didn't go to Glenville, did he?
No, I want to say he went to Warren G. Harding. I want to say.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
Uh,
But it wasn't Glenville. No, Ted Ginn went to Glenville, and Troy Smith went to Glenville. But
Troy Smith is who I was thinking of. That's who I was thinking of.
he won a Heisman too, didn't he?
yeah,
You know, I gotta say, some of those early 2000 Buckeyes teams, they were pretty reputable, man. I remember Will Smith, Will Allen. They had some good talent.
well, I mean, yeah. You know who also was good? The current Ohio State Buckeye team that is the national champion.
Yeah, no, true.
But
It doesn't count. They didn't face Michigan.
What? I mean, they didn't beat Michigan.
They didn't face Michigan in the championship. They wouldn't have
won.
made it.
I do love
No,
that
that
Michigan
honestly-
beat Alabama, though. It was hilarious to me.
And obviously I'm here in Texas, so that Rose Bowl was a great one, 05. But to this day, that Miami Ohio State game is probably the greatest national championship game ever.
That game was great, but man, that Rose Bowl was awesome too. I don't think I've ever seen any game before or since one guy put a whole team on his shoulders like that.
Yeah.
Like he was like one guy against 53 or whatever.
No, but see, that's the thing. The star power on the Miami and Ohio State team, opposite of quarterbacks, because they were like, I think it was
right. They had tons
Ken
of stars,
Dorsey.
but yeah, Ken Dorsey and Craig Krenzel,
yeah.
who I think is a doctor.
Oh, really?
That's
I
funny.
think he has a doctorate. Let's take a look at. I got money on the game. Let's take a look at the score.
Yeah, do that. I'll bring up the card for UFC London, by the way, so we can talk about it, because this is a pay-per-view card, basically.
It's halftime. Drake is up 7 points at halftime.
They ain't like us.
But
What?
we need to get that rim shot. If I was manning the controls, I'd have that rim shot ready.
Well, why aren't you, Pulse?
I'm in the liquor store, man. I'm in the liquor store.
Oh, I love it. All the booze for everything.
Pulse, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you guys sell handles of Weller? Like handles, like big ass bottles?
Oh no. We have
I
some
did-
Wellers 12 years, aged 12 years in a green bottle, but we don't have handles of it now.
Yeah, I have a handle of the Weller in the green bottle all of a sudden. I've never saw it before. My brother told me that liquor store he went to had a bunch of them, and the ones I go to, they never have it. So I'm like, hey, if you're there and you see one, grab one for me, because they're like $27. It'll be like $30 after tax. I'm like, grab one. But I did not know that handles existed. So he texted me the other day. He's like, dude, you owe me $60. I'm like, why do I owe you $60? He's like, because I got you Weller. I'm like, well, what kind of Weller? He's like, it was a handle. I'm like, I didn't even know they made those. So I have this thick, giant ass bottle of Weller upstairs. I haven't broken into it yet.
Oh,
Ooh.
Which I'm saving for a special occasion, like when I run out of Jim Beam. But yeah, I mean, I'm like next time, I'm like, don't give me the $60 bottle again. But I give him the money and I have it. But I'm like, I didn't mean 60. I didn't even know they existed. I've never seen them before. I wonder if they were Canadian and they came back. I don't know. I've never seen them sell handles of that before. I only see handles in bars. I've only ever seen the smaller bottles.
Maybe there was excess. You got it for cheap.
Maybe. Do I have a buyout? I don't have a buyout. I'm up 7 points at halftime.
Because probably the game is starting up again, Tim.
Yeah, it's still a buyout. It's okay. I'm be honest with you. I don't want the buyout. I could have made like $50 on my buyout from the Cavs game last week, but I didn't. And then the Cavs came back and won. I could have had a win-win. If I would have bought out at halftime, I would have had a win-win. Cavs would have won and I would have won money. But
God damn it, Tim.
It is what it is. Okay, so who was supposed to fight Edwards?
Shit, I actually saw it. Right.
Della Mandalata, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Della Mandalaya.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be this, but now it's Sean Brady.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like the matchup because you got striker wrestler, and you never know what's going to happen there. And unlike Usman or somebody, Brady likes to lead with his wrestling. So, very obvious, most obvious thing I could possibly say about this fight is if he takes him down, he'll win the fight. If he's unable to take him down, he will lose the fight, which is the case a lot of times with striker versus grappler. But
this is how he just lost the belt against Muhammad. But Muhammad also beat Sean Brady by knockout, surprisingly enough. That was
the only guy to beat Sean Brady. I have Edwards. I like Sean Brady, but I have Edwards. I think Edwards is good enough on his feet. He's going to be hard for Brady to get to.
I also think we saw it against Usman, him able to defend against the takedowns.
So getting there before I was interrupted.
But
yes. But yes, same page. It's fine.
I thought you had been gone quiet for a second. I'm sorry.
Oddly enough, if Della Maddalena was still in this fight, I would have picked him for the upset. But no, I'm picking Edwards to come back, bounce back, get back in that title picture, and try to get that belt back. We need to unask that belt from Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah, it needs to be taken off of him by somebody.
Who's he fighting? He's fighting. Help me.
Shavkat Rakhmonov will be taking that belt.
No, he's hurt. He's hurt.
No,
Rakhmonov's hurt. They replaced him with somebody.
Please don't say that guy that nobody likes. The Irish. What's his name?
Are you looking it up, Ray?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, it's gonna piss me off. Oh, is it Gary?
No, Della Mandalena.
Oh, great.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So they took him. Oh, okay.
315.
Gotcha. Della Mandalena.
The May 10th card.
That makes sense. Speaking of May 10th, quickly, I looked it up, and historically, Frontier comes out with their September flights in May.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate because there's a sale going on right now. And we're probably going to get screwed because of it, but, whatever, Frontier. Yeah.
Well, I think about it. If it's after Labor Day, nobody's going to be traveling after Labor Day.
I mean, we will still get comps, but will we be able to go for the pairs for the price? We'll be able to go still. We'll find the place.
We'll price watch.
But like I said, there's an MGM sale going on right now to the end of the month, and like we could go to MGM Grand for like $250 each or something like that. So, I've been watching videos on MGM Grand. I would stay there. The only problem with MGM Grand is it's huge.
Yeah, we got lost going to the fucking arena.
Yeah.
I was just following signs for the fucking thing. We had to go through the food or the restaurants and all that.
I would be bummed if I was like in a room where I had to walk like a mile to get to the casino floor. Like, I would piss me off. That would piss me off. And that hasn't happened either time. I mean, when I went last time, we were pretty close to the elevator. So I would absolutely do Planet Hollywood. There's a lot of options. Cheapest option so far, though, is Excalibur, dude. We put $150 for 4 nights each.
Okay.
I don't want to stay there.
I've heard it's pretty crusty. I'm not gonna lie.
It's old. It's old. Everyone says that like it's clean, it's fine, but it's just old and not updated. It's not like gross like Circus, but it's old. Same thing with Luxor. Luxor used to be like the hotel, but they just haven't done anything to it. And a guy got electrocuted there. Anyway, there's a lot of options. Right now, there's like 7 hotels that are like in our price range, so we're good. or 8. But that said, I really wish we could afford to stay at the Cosmopolitan. We can't. I wish we could because that's where I want to stay. But it's not going to be swinging.
I would have loved it for the convenience of the Paulie D show that would have been announced. But anything else?
Well, Paris and Planet Hollywood are across the street, but I also really thought about going to. I could afford it if I stayed for 3 days, like Sunday to Tuesday, to go see Weird Al out there. I kept thinking about it. I could stay at Caesar's Palace from like Sunday to Tuesday, and it wouldn't be that much. It'd be like less than $600. But I'm probably not going to do it because I probably get to go with you instead.
Bro trip, homie.
Yes. And they give me something else to look forward to. And it'll be 5-6 months of me watching more videos on Vegas like I did last time. But
I'm trying to avoid it to keep like it off my mind, but like at the same time, the desert calls. The desert calls. Best. Hopefully it's like 93 degrees. That's what I want. Like 93 degrees in the daytime and like 80 at night. Perfect.
You can walk the whole strip without going outside.
Yeah. And also they have that Las Vegas loop that Elon Musk built, which I'm surprised hasn't been bombed yet.
Give it time.
I am way more. I say months until that happens.
Hopefully not when we're there. Although it'd be a fun story if no one got hurt.
Yeah, if we were in a cyber truck that it was actually like kind of bulletproof and could withstand that shit, I'd be fine with it.
Dude, I mean, listen, I really enjoyed the planning of the last trip, and like it's. Like, I did all the planning. My mother didn't do any, and it can do the same thing for this one. If you don't want to like look all the time, don't worry, because I'll be doing it. And it was fun, and the trip was awesome. And if we if I didn't do the planning, it wouldn't have been that awesome probably. So, and I'm already.
And I'm not a planner in Vegas. I just do whatever I want.
Right, which I mean, in reality, we didn't have that many things set in stone. The only things we had set in stone were the 2 shows and 2 reservations.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else we didn't have set in stone, but we needed those things set in stone because that's how those things work. But I will be going back and forth whether or not I want to go back to the same restaurants or something. The thing is, I want to go back to both those restaurants. They were great, but at the same time, I don't want to go to the same. I don't want to have the same trip again. So it's
I want to go to that
one of them. Yeah, we could probably do Primal. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I do want to go to that one punk rock bar in like downtown that's got like $1 hot dogs. Because it's a Vegas hot dog. They still want it to be somewhat quality, I assume.
Yeah, we could do Fremont. We didn't go to Fremont last time. We can do Fremont one day.
I love Fremont.
I do kind of want to go to that weird speakeasy. The line.
I'm down. Yeah. We go to the Heart Attack for lunch.
I refuse to go there. You can go by yourself. I'm not going.
All right, I'll meet people. I did the last time.
Ray, I'm sorry, but I'm too fat to. I'm not going. Like because of my weight, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I'm not asking you to weigh in, man.
I will be miserable the whole time and feel sad and awful the whole time.
Why are you miserable? There's people getting spanked in a restaurant. How do you not love that?
Also, didn't think it was that good.
The food?
It was not nearly good enough to go again.
I mean, I love it. It's one of my favorite places.
Sure,
I love it for the atmosphere.
Burgers. You can get a lot better burgers.
Probably. The Wahlburger was actually better than the fucking burger at Thing. But, they cooking lard, son. They cooking lard.
I also don't feel like dying there. I don't want to die embarrassed.
Yeah. We'll lie and say you're at the D.
At the Coney Dog
You want to
Station.
see me legitimately cry? It's have me way in there. I would legitimately cry.
Oh no!
would-
I would
ruin-
not subject you to that.
It would ruin the whole trip.
Probably.
Actually, me just being there would ruin the whole trip. At least, unless I lost a good bit of weight before then.
He's 2 times the limit, everybody! Yay!
I haven't weighed myself in like a month. I could probably hit it today. I don't know. With
Bro,
clothes on,
no.
clothes on, very possibly. Yes.
In a minute. What are you talking about? You step on the scale, it goes to what? Because it's like 350, I
I
think.
said I haven't weighed myself in a minute. What I'm saying is, if I went right now, I probably could do it if I had clothes on. I'd probably be pretty close.
Yeah.
Have a big breakfast beforehand. Not worth it though. Not worth it to ruin my whole trip.
I'm not gonna lie though, watching the weigh-in.
Or maybe that's what I need, man.
This is the first time I've gotten something for free that's bad for me besides booze.
Although I will say though, if
You
I
start working out at the hotel like thing the next hour.
I will say
I'm gonna
though,
go
if I
do
did get
sit-ups.
free food, I would go hard as they'd possibly let me go. If I'm getting free food, I'm getting the maximum.
Well, I mean, that's like 16. That's like 8 patties, something
For
like that.
free? They let you have one of those for free?
I think.
Well, then all right. Then I'm gonna get spanked then too. But no, I just honestly, I didn't enjoy it the first time I was there.
I like it. Just
I understand the appeal 100%. I just it's not for me. I much rather go to a place that has awesome food. And I don't mind like a divey place at all if it has good food, but I don't think the food was good enough to go back again. Going
it's
once,
cheap
yes.
for Vegas.
Going
for
once,
sure.
yeah, but there's other places on Fremont that are cheap.
Yeah.
There's a place off the strip and off Fremont that they say has the best new burger in Vegas, but it's so popular now because people know about it. What is it called? It's called something Love Burgers. I don't know, something about the love. It's a smash burger, and everybody says it's the best.
Ooh, okay.
But it would be we have to take an Uber there, and we probably have to stand in line. I don't know if it's worth that.
Yeah, I don't want to
There's
stand in line for anything.
There's another off the strip restaurant that all the like townie YouTubers I see keep talking about it. There's a video where they this one townie YouTuber interviewed a bunch, asked questions to all these other ones, and they all gave their top 5 restaurants, and there's one that kept coming up. It's called Sparrow and Fox.
Okay.
Sparrow and Wolf.
Okay.
And so I would like to go. Oh, do you like seafood?
Yeah.
No, okay. All right, that's good. That was the one problem with my mother. She can't eat seafood. So we couldn't go anywhere. So I definitely want to hit up a seafood place of some sort. The Caesar's buffet they have a seafood buffet on the weekends.
The what was it? The Flamingo. When I won $60 to go over to eat it there, all you can drink seafood buffet that they used to have at the time. It was all you could eat and drink for I think it was like $60 a person.
They said the buffets in Vegas went from 30 to 9 after the pandemic.
Yeah.
Everybody used to have one, but now a lot of them cut it out.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, that one we went to, Wicked Spoon's great. I mean, the only reason I wouldn't go back to Wicked Spoon is because I've already been to that one, but it was great. There was no problem with it.
I like it.
It was $50, but I definitely ate $50 worth of food.
Yeah, I think when me and the first time I went, we ate at the Golden Nuggets buffet, and that was $20, and it was basic bitch, but it was good for breakfast.
How many times have you gone?
This year will be my 5th time.
Okay.
So
you've gone 4 times. You stayed at the Rio, the Horseshoe, the Golden Nugget, and the other time you just stayed at hotels. All right.
No, I stayed in an apartment.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So
second time.
Am I right? Rio, Horseshoe, Golden Nugget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Horseshoe's a little more expensive that week than other weeks, which is weird. So I would stay there. Again, they have. I didn't realize it was connected to the Paris the first time we stayed there, but now there was a walkway that makes it very obvious the Paris is right there. Because if I knew that, I would have went over to the Paris when we were there, but I had no idea. It's not even that long of a walk. It's like they're connected, and the casino floors are only like a couple-minute walk from each other. They're pretty
When
close.
I got dropped off that when I went to go shoe shopping at the Burlington off of down the strip. I what was I going to say? Oh, I got lost walking through Paris because I thought it would be a shortcut, and I didn't realize that they were actually connected until I turned the corner and the horseshoe was right there. I was like, "Oh fuck!" I'm like, right, because that's where the fucking slappers were and shit too. So it's like I know exactly where I was. But yeah, it was definitely. I kind of found that out.
Yeah, but now it's really obvious because now there's right by where the sports book at Horseshoe is.
Yeah,
there's they made it like a big entrance way now to like that says Paris this way or whatever. It's very obvious now. It wasn't like that when we went there the first time. But
I like it.
Yeah, because we tried to go on it's I guess the Bazaar Center they call it. It's where like Dirt Dog is and the Wahlburgers we went to, that area, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Old Red is, Blake Shelton's place, and I wanted to go there one day, but when we got there, they had like a private event going on. They only had the upstairs open, so there was a line. So we ended up going through the Horseshoe, and then just right when it turns to the Paris, it's Guy Fieri's restaurant. It's like
one of them.
Yeah, one of them, Flavortown Sports Bar or something like that. And it was fine. I mean, it wasn't great. I would have rather gone to the Old Red, but I didn't feel like waiting in line. So
I do regret not going to the Cajun place at the fucking Rio. Because he has like a restaurant there, like by the pool. And I didn't go. I just ate at the food court because it was super cheap.
Why don't we wait till like next spring and go to and stay at the Vanderpump?
I'm good on that. We can stay at there.
I'd have no problem staying there. It's just I'm assuming it's going to be more expensive than the Cromwell is currently.
Oh yeah, that just added probably to the tag like another like hundo per night. They're going to try and make it like a luxury place, and then nobody's going to go, and the prices will drop.
Yeah, I mean the problem with that is we just talked about like MGM Grand being almost too big, but Cromwell's tiny. Even the casino floor is small, and there's there's like one little. There's not a lot of food there. They do have like a nice restaurant that I heard is good, and there's like a nightclub, but other than that, it's not. And there's only like 150 rooms or something like that. Like it's very small comparative. Which is cool. I mean, part of that's cool. I mean, some of that's cool. Like, you know, you're not going to get lost there, you know?
No.
And it's in the middle of everything. Like, I would stay at the Cromwell, but the rooms now look like a bad vampire movie.
I want to stay there now. I want to.
Have you seen them?
No.
Look it up and tell me I'm wrong.
Hold on.
Because they're weird looking, but I'm like, this looks like a bad like something from Interview with a Vampire is what it looks like.
No.
But still, I would stay there. Although I learned they don't have. It's weird how many of those hotels don't have fridges.
Yeah, I got lucky with mine. I had a freezer that I could use.
Paris and Planet Hollywood have them. Cromwell has a mini bar, but not a normal fridge, so you can't like move.
Oh wow, this looks like something out of like 50 Shades of Grey. Like, whoa, dude!
Yeah, it's
look at this.
Yeah, the picture on the left is a good one. Yeah. Like I said, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like Tom Cruise is about to come out, dude, with Kristen Dunst.
Dude, there's like a pup mask in that fucking drawer right there. Like this thing right here has all the like sex toys.
And is there a picture of the bathroom? Because the bathroom has like a weird sign on the shower that has some weird quote or poem on it or something. It's very strange. It's a weird hotel.
Let me see. Oh, that's nice. It's got to be like one of the.
Again, I would absolutely stay there, but
Huh.
it seems it didn't surprise me that someone was taking it over and renovating.
Yeah, it looks like there's some shit right there.
Yeah, can you read it from that picture? Because it's
no. Sadly, no.
It's a strange hotel, but and I lost money there, didn't I? Yeah, I did. We went with you. I did. But
yeah, this one, yeah, because they have an Italian restaurant that's pretty good too.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Yeah, we Sean, before we went to DJ Pauly, we ate there because of course it's Italian. You got to represent, even though I'm not an Italian.
There's a new Italian restaurant. I mean, it was open when I got there, but I didn't go. It's because we went to Sinatra. But there's a new one at Planet Hollywood that's supposed to be pretty good. And it has a speakeasy in it too, but I don't think the speakeasy was open yet when I was there. It's one of those
I'm over speakeasies.
I've never been to one, so I need to.
You hear about one every day, Tim.
I like drinking in cool places.
Okay, you can find a bunch of places where you don't have to walk through a door and say, I'm here to party or whatever the fucking thing is.
Neat. I will say, though, because I couldn't go to the, what's it called? The key or the locking key or whatever at Cabinet of Curiosities, because I couldn't get a reservation for one. I will want to go there.
I'd be down to go to the Horseshoe for that.
I did have a drink at just the normal Cabinet of Curiosities part of the bar, and the bartender was this like dude with dreadlocks. He's fucking cool dude. He made me a fucking great drink. I got one off the menu. It was okay. I probably should have had him make me something else, but he was awesome and I enjoyed it. But like I saw the door for the speakeasy, but you needed a reservation, and they wouldn't let me get one for one person. So and there's like a 2-drink minimum, so you're probably going to spend $40-$50 in there, but. I don't know. I saw a video of them making old fashions, and I'm like, "Yep, I want to go there, please." I love an old.
I'd be down. I'd be down to do that. We'll start planning once we get the plane tickets. Once we get the plane tickets, then we get the reservations. After we get the reservations, we get the money. After we get the money, we get the hookers. That's how this whole thing goes.
Getting the money now.
I am actually. I'm putting like $300 a check away now.
Some of the MGM hotels, you didn't have to pay any money up front. That was neat.
I don't like that.
I like to know too, but
that's why I use Expedia or whatever.
If someone who's going to be asked the front, I don't want that shit,
Yeah.
And all you have to do is just make sure you have it, put it away. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
But a lot of those, and I have to look to see which ones, but a lot of those are refundable. So, in theory, we could book it, and then if the plane ticket's ridiculous, we can just cancel it.
I know, but I just
I would feel better too. But I know, but the prices are going to go up after the end of this. That's the only thing I'm thinking is that the prices are going to go up.
Who knows? I didn't expect all of a sudden.
I know they are because there's currently sales going on.
Yeah, but that could still be a thing.
I don't think it will be. It won't,
because again, it's after Labor Day. Nobody's going to be doing shit.
No, we'll still be able to stay at like the link for cheap.
Well, I'm talking about like, but I mean, I'm talking even the flights. Like once that notification goes, or like the real sales happen, hopefully, it could work that way. So I'm hoping. I'm really hoping.
I mean, I feel like the plane will probably be fine. I don't think it's going to be. I think it'll be less than 400 for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking for like 250 minimum.
It's going to be 250, but 300 would be okay.
Yeah, because I think I spent like $3 something on the ticket that I got.
Right.
last year or something like
I mean,
that.
it will be cheaper than the Southwest flight. Right now, the Southwest flight's like $500. So
Yeah, it's wild, absolutely insane. But I think they'll be fine. And if anything, we just spend $500 and get
well, the thing is about
go wild.
$200 before you go and $200 while you're there seem like two completely different things.
It makes more sense to me.
What do you mean?
Like if you're talking about like they hold 200, you give 200 and then you pay 200.
No, I'm talking about the difference between spending $500 on a trip and $700 on a trip seems monumental when you're at home booking it, right?
True.
When you go there, the difference between you spending $100 or $200 on like gambling or food or whatever doesn't seem like that big a deal, right? Like, oh,
No.
I spent $200 more than I expected I was going to. Doesn't seem like anything. But when you're at
No.
home booking it, it seems monumental.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, especially if you're playing bubble. I've had my algorithm has had nothing but bubble craps in it lately, and I don't like
Dude,
it because
my brother's been talking about bubble craps. And like, I want nothing to do with it, dude. I'm only playing. I say this, but the thing is, slots are fun. They're fun, but you lose money so fast. I guess I'm only going to start playing like penny slots when I'm betting $1.50 at a time. Like
that's what you do. That's what usually I would do.
No, dude, I like to play cash machine $10 bets. Fucking.
Those are always there if you're up, Tim. Never when you're down.
Yeah.
You roll a hundo into one of those and press $10. It's money that you're giving back. It's your tax for winning so much.
But table games are much more fun for me. Well, winning anything's fun, but like even when I lose, like when I lost $200 playing blackjack at Jack in Cleveland. But I was there a while and I was up and down and I had fun. I wasn't too angry about it. You know, I wasn't angry at all, really. I had a good time. And that's, why you do that, right? I'm not one of those people that are like, when I go to a table, I'm like, I'm going to change my life today. No, that's not going to happen.
No.
It's entertaining.
I go to sit down, kill time, have some fun, talk to the dealer. It's a social thing for me. It keeps my...
I don't like talking to anybody when I play it.
Sometimes
I will, but not often.
I'll talk to the dealer. You want to talk about H. Foley? I am H. Foley when it comes to that. I'll be the social guy. Like, how you doing? Everything you've been doing. And meanwhile, I'm getting fucking great cards, and sometimes he fouls, and then you're like, yeah, I get to keep my money. That's how you do it, Tim. You got to keep him off guard. You got to keep him social.
Man, where was I? Was it in Vegas or was it? I think it was in Vegas. Yeah, it was in Vegas because it wasn't at Jack the other day. A guy thought that it was me and one other guy playing, and he did one of these, I didn't really see him do it, but apparently he did one of these with the dealer thought he did one of these. And it was a spot where you would never hit. I don't remember. It was like a 17 or something. And he's like, dude, I didn't say that. And then they had to go back. They got his money back, but they asked me, and I'm like, I honestly I wasn't paying attention. Although all I can say is that I've been playing with him for a minute, and he wouldn't hit on a 17. But yeah, it was like or something like that. It was something that you wouldn't normally.
Was it hard or soft? Ace or no?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think he had 17, or did he have? I think maybe there was like a 6-up, but he had like 15, something you still wouldn't hit on, right? But people do hit on it, right? You shouldn't, but people do. I think it's
never a 6,
right? It was one of those, that there are people that hit on it, but you should never hit on it. And he's like, I didn't, and I believed him. I honestly believed him. And the card he gave him bust, and it was a whole thing. And I forget what it did for me.
I never hit on a 6, even if I have like a 4 and a 2. You bust.
No,
if I get that face card, it fucks all of us.
The only time you would is if you had an ace, right? And then you would double down, but that's the only time.
Yeah.
Or if you have under 11 or under, obviously.
No, I'll stay. Just because I know for some reason I have that feeling always there's a fucking face card coming. And I'd rather keep it in the deck.
What do you mean? You would want the face card if you had 8.
No, I'd keep it and let them bust at
Yeah,
6.
you try to do that. You try to do that shit with me, and everyone thought you were insane, dude. You will get punched playing like that.
That's why I play alone a lot of times.
You should only play alone if you're going to play like that. Do not play with anyone if you're.
I
ever gonna
throw
play
the
like
rule
that.
book out a lot of times just
Don't-
because
Listen, I'm
I
fine with people
lose playing by the book.
fine with people playing like that as long as they're with no one else. Do not you play if you're with people, you play with a fucking book.
I will not play by the book when I'm with you.
Play
Tim.
alone. You don't play with me ever again. That's not going to happen anymore. After you wanted to stay on 9, I'm not playing with you anymore.
No, if he's showing a 6, I am. But any other time, I'll hit. Just not when it's a 6. Never with a 6. Because that's the
most
bust card.
Ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It's the bust card.
You
Tim.
cannot possibly.
It's the bust card, Tim.
That is
More than not, it's gonna
I bet
bust.
you will not find anyone in the world that agrees with you. That isn't insane.
Probably not. But
Bryce
it
Mitchell.
wins me
I bet
money.
Bryce Mitchell plays like that. Bryce Mitchell plays blackjack like that.
The world is flat, Tim. The world is flat.
The world is flat. Stay on 9. Oh my gosh.
If it's a 6, any other time I will hit it. Other time, 6 is the only time I won't hit it.
Ridiculous. I'll play baccarat with you because you can't screw that up.
Give me another card. You have a 9. Shut up.
Yeah, but baccarat, you don't make choices. You only make one choice.
I know, but it's no. That would be me playing when I'm drunk. Just give me a face card.
You have an 8. I can still get it on your lace.
I need an 8. Oh, I win. All right, cool. But yeah, any other time I'll hit that bitch. But 6, no, always stay because the face card's coming out.
You know what? It shouldn't. Here's another race hill to die on. But it makes sense just with all your other opinions that you think that's a good idea. It makes sense. I mean,
it wins me money a lot of the time.
Else, sure it does. If nothing else, you're on brand. If nothing else, you have a brand and you stick to it.
Any other time I'll hit. I can't because I know my luck. I get that face card that would have actually ding, and then it's a 21 because they get a 5 afterwards. Always fucking happens. Every time I play blackjack like that.
I gotta pee, then we can talk about the fights. I'll be back.
All right, we'll talk about Jan Błachowicz here in a minute. You sexy, sexy people. Tim's gonna go take a leak, and then we'll close the show out with some fight talk. Thank you guys for being with us on the marathon that is Bro Plata. We're going to talk about the O2 Arena show here in a sec. And Tim will go pee and we'll be back. Yeah. Make sure to do what it says right here. Make sure. Sure. Do it up, my homie. I need to get a new mic, I think. This thing's busted. But I need money right now. So I do. I need to start saving money, dude. It's not good. It's not good. It's bad. It's very bad. Financially, I'm in ruin, but I'm planning a trip to Vegas. Why? Because it's my favorite place, and then I'm also thinking of moving there. So, but we do appreciate everybody for being here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So tired. So sleepy, people. And then tomorrow, luckily I can kind of sleep in a little bit and chill at home after. I'm off this weekend. Don't have to do shit. I'm gonna watch the fights. I might live stream the fights. I might do a commentary thing because it is early in the morning when it starts. The main card starts at 4, so I might pop in towards the end of the thing. So hopefully that works. I gotta find something. I'm looking for it. There it is. Tim's back.
Number one, no one believes you that you're going to do that. Also,
Yes.
when I was upstairs, my mother was watching American Idol. Man, talk about a show that lost its edge. Remember when they just the whole half that show used to be just like ripping on mentally ill people? They used to be 90% of that show for years.
Oh yeah.
Clearly have something wrong with them, but you're just gonna like rip that person a new one and make them cry and make fun of them in front of millions of people.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to that?
Woke happened, Tim. Woke happened, and we gave sympathy to the mentally ill, which we should never have done. We should have made them our clowns.
There's two looking right at you.
Idea right.
No, I mean, looking back at that, like that shit. I mean, I pulled a lot of it from the internet because it's wild. There's a lot of it. You're like, dude, that person literally is going, like, obviously is going through something. And you're just like piling on. It was rough. I can't believe they ever did that. It was never okay. You can say woke, but it was never okay.
It was back the OG days of that show were some of the most.
It was funny then, but we should have never found it funny.
Easy people. Like my favorites were always the like I'll show yous. You'd always have a couple of those per season back in the day where it's like they sing like me, not very well. You know, it's like a wildebeest dying after a bear fighting a bear or something. But yet they think they're superstars, Tim. I love people like that. I love comics like that. They're my favorites.
Comics like that are fun because they fizzle out very quickly. And and when they don't, it's
fun to watch. They go from a sparkler to a snake pretty quickly, which I like.
I mean, there's tons of people that are like not good for a very long time, but they keep working and they get better. And maybe they don't get like a ton better, but they get a little better. You know, they start. It can go, yeah, great. Like Ray is still trending upward, right? But people like that start where everyone starts at the bottom, but they think for whatever reason they're up here and they can't handle it. And
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure that's a thing in every industry.
They start their own tours for no reason and have no following. Like,
right? They have merch and no act.
They do straight to prime like C-level comedies. Prime really like I would love to see their budget, like because I see movies being produced all the time that are up on Prime. Or can you just upload it to Prime and like free market the thing?
Yeah, Prime will put a lot of shit on there, and people can just pay for it, and then you get the money. Prime does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not like Prime has shit on there they didn't actually pay any money for.
We'd owe Prime if we put our show on there, I think.
Yeah, like the Corville has a couple things you can pay for in Prime, but like Prime didn't give him any money for that unless people pay for it, then he'll get money.
Yeah. I think we should do that, Tim. I think we should create a low budget movie and see if it sells on Prime.
No.
I'll play the swarthy best friend.
It's not going to work because the main character is going to be fat and it never works.
You never know.
Except for that movie, it was Marty and Angus. Remember Angus?
No.
That was like a movie about a fat teenager. It was a great movie. Whatever happened to the guy who played Angus?
I do not know.
Anyway. But yeah, that doesn't happen very often. I do like that I told you that idea I have about the essentially it's our show, and then we find out we have a giant following in some small town in Texas and end up going there and it's a cult.
Yeah. It's way too many cult movies right now. Like Stavi has one.
That's the thing. I had this idea before Stavi's movie came out, and now I can't do it. So.
Yeah.
Although it's not the same. You were in the cult in that one.
Yeah, didn't they start the cult? I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either. I think it's on Hulu. He's in a cult, and they had a mass suicide, and he missed out, like he was late or something, and the leader like pussed out. So he like tries to restart the cult with the old leader.
Huh. Okay. I like it.
Yeah, so like Stavi like forgot, like got his times mixed up for the mass suicide.
That's funny. I cut my nuts off and everything.
Mm.
You
see John Mulaney's talk show that's on Netflix. It's pretty great.
I don't have Netflix.
I thought you did for wrestling.
I gave it up.
Really? You don't like wrestling anymore, huh? Ray's finally done with wrestling. Fine, we can finally be friends. About time.
Tim, I still and will always love professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not ashamed as a man to admit I dropped $93 on one ticket.
It's funny. You should be.
For VIP. I get drink service while I'm watching wrestling.
All that means is they bring it to you.
Yeah.
That was $100.
Well, there's like a lounge. There's a private entrance. It's like straight baller status. And I was like, and it's the 20th anniversary of the company. That's the only reason I did this. Where I was like, I kind of want to ball out for the 20th.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really play. I would do that for like a fight or something. I would, like even a local fight. I would do that if it was like.
I look at this as like AIW's UFC 300. Like this is sort of the amalgamation of what it was and where it's gonna go in the future. So I mean, AIW went from a fucking Knights of Columbus Hall to being in a
in 20 years.
Yeah, to the Moose Lodge, they kicked him out because they were using light tubes. So that was what they called a safety hazard, I think. But to be in a new concert venue in downtown Cleveland that has like a mezzanine kind of thing.
They had a Globe Iron?
Yeah. Yeah, May 12th.
It's interesting. Are you going to the Mushroom Head show?
That's like the third, and I really don't care. I missed out when I did a show in December out in Toledo. I missed out on going to a Killer Confession, which has both of the guys from Mushroom Head like singing together right now, and I'm like, want to see that? Take my nostalgia money, please.
Yeah, I've been waiting for and Alan. We've been waiting for Bowling for Soup to have a Cleveland date, but they don't have any, man. They're doing a tour with Simple Plan and 303, but they're not coming through, and that's a bummer because I would always want to see Simple Plan. I like Simple Plan.
And I liked 303 at Warp Tour from the distance that I heard them playing.
Alan told me he saw them and they were garbage, and I believe that because this is two dudes and a bunch of inch music. So, but it'd be fun to be like, she wants to touch me. Well, it'd be fun. But they do play in Detroit on like a weekend in August, so maybe be able to convince Alan to go to that.
Uber or get like a hotel in Detroit.
And it's not in Detroit proper. It's in Sterling Hills or something like that. It's out. Yeah. It's in the skirts. So you only have to go downtown.
Yeah, last time I saw the only concert I've ever seen in the greater Detroit area was Westland, Michigan, for the Insane Clown Posse.
Did you get your tickets for the Agora?
Not yet. I'm waiting until next week. I'm gonna look at what the VIP is too, because I think I'm gonna VIP that.
Woot, whatever.
I'm gonna paint my face, wear the gold chain, do the whole damn thing. Because I've seen Violent J and Shaggy wrestle kind of,
That was during the pandemic or before the pandemic.
I had a hair in my mouth.
Well, stop eating your hair, bro.
Can't. It's always in my face.
Because you're mysterious and you want to keep.
I'm bummed that I don't have any concerts to go to this year yet. It's a bummer.
And I think we talked about it Tuesday. I was actually kind of happy. The Flogging Molly finally gave us a health update on Dave King, and next year hopefully is when they're going to start touring again, or 2027.
Did I ever tell you about the health update from the guitar player from Bowling for Soup?
What happened with? I know
he hasn't been playing with him for a while because he has a health issue, but he officially retired. He's not coming back, and he lost a few toes. So yeah,
I was only got thick to stand on. Fuck yeah.
That's a bummer because I love him, and it's never going to be the same without him. And they also said they're not going to replace him, so they're just going to 3-piece it, I guess. But part of me wants Eric Chandler to come back, the bass player. I mean, is that possible, man? I don't know what the falling out there was, but can we have him come back?
The fat one?
No, the fat one's the one who just retired. Eric Chandler was the original bass player who quit like 5 or 6 years ago. And they have another guy named Rob who from Pennsylvania. He's a younger guy, but what if you move Rob to second guitar and have Eric Chandler come back? I wonder if that's a possibility. That'd be really cool. I think they had a hard falling out though. So
I don't know. I don't know that much band shit anymore. I just go to concerts. I have fun with them. I love them. I love concerts, dude. There's so many that I want to go to, and ICP is definitely going to be one of them. I am absolutely going full Juggalo for that show. Where's the chain?
Dude,
this chain will be worn.
That's where you're going to meet your next girlfriend, right there. Dude.
That sweaty Betty. Let me stay in her trailer. I'll pay her rent. It's fine. It's $300 in lot fees. All yours, baby.
She has Faygo on tap.
Don't make me come. Why are you?
Ew, don't say that word. It's gross when you say it. It's gross when everybody says it. But
I will always say it, Tim. I will always say it.
No, fuck this. This game's close.
Sweating more than normal.
Drake had to lead the whole game, and now they're up 4 with 5 minutes and 46 seconds left. So now I'm worried about it. But don't you blow that. All right. Let's go through these fights so I can go eat some leftover pizza.
Dig. Jan Błachowicz comes back. He's going to be fighting Carlos Ulberg.
I think Ulberg's going to kick his ass. I love Jan. I love him. He's great. But, dude, he's real old. It's about that time for him. I think Ulberg's going to get him.
Yeah, my bookie has him at minus 300. If you press the odds link, I found out it goes right to my bookie. So that's the live odds currently with
my bookie out of like Afghanistan or some shit.
I don't know. I don't know what AG is. Might be Arab or something. I think Ulberg's gonna probably get a decision out of Jan. Jan's always gonna try and put up a fight. I mean, he's an old Polish man, for fuck's sake. He's still got a little bit in him, but
what place could AG be other than Afghanistan?
I don't know.
It's Afghanistan. Anyway.
Okay.
Moving on. Not important. Just saying.
Here we go. This is going to be a fun one. I think both of these guys are going to really kickbox on this one. And we're going to watch hopefully someone fall. I want a knockout out of this fight.
This is a guy who fights every other week and a guy who hasn't fought in a long time. I think like the last time Nelson won a fight was like on my 32nd birthday or some shit like that. Like it's been a long time. And because of the ring rust component, I think Holland's going to win this fight. I think it's going to be a good fight because I think Nelson's still tough and Nelson's still very good, but he's been hurt and he's like, you look at his career, there's so many giant gaps. He's like on a roll, then you don't see him forever. And then you don't see him forever again. Like, Nelson's great, but what kept him from being one of the top guys is he was never healthy enough, or he had those gaps in his career. But I think Holland's going to get him. Mainly because he's been fighting and Gunnar Nelson hasn't.
I like it. I'm going to pick Holland too, just because we're pro Trapper Keeper on this show.
That is true.
Always and forever. Here's one where we're gonna watch a white girl just die. Like I have no faith in Molly McCann anymore.
I'm surprised they gave her someone who's probably gonna beat her, because they want her to still be marketable, right? And if she gets crushed, it's not gonna happen anymore. Now, it's possible this I don't know much about this other girl other than she has a really great record and she's favored, but maybe stylistically she has a good shot. It seems unlike the UFC to give her someone who's going to beat her. I feel like in London, I figured they were going to give her a fucking Pud or somebody. But, she's a real fighter, McCann, so she wants to fight real competition. And this girl's, I think, new, but she has a big record, right? So it could be
she's 11-1.
Yeah, it could be a good fight. But I'm not picking her. I'm picking Thainara?
Thainara, yeah. I'm picking Thainara too. Just because the bloom's off the rose with her. Patty, at least there's still some shine. Fucking Molly, she's got her ass handed to her how many times now? 3?
Did she won her last one, didn't she?
No, I thought she lost.
There was a win in there somewhere. After Blanchfield, there was a win in there somewhere.
Oh, let's see. Looking it up myself here.
Meatball. She lost her last, but then she won one before that. She's okay. Her last one.
She got a submission against.
She's won in 3 in her last 4.
Okay, I mean, still not good.
Not great. No, not great.
Not great at all, son. Like. She's not. She really came in and just fucking sparkled out. Like she got exposed really quickly, and she got knocked out, didn't she? At one point too, if I remember correctly, she got fucking mollywopped by somebody. I can't remember. Shit.
I don't see it on. I'm on Tapology. I don't see a knockout loss.
Okay. She got beat by somebody pretty good.
Well, Blanchfield subbed her.
Yeah.
And so did the next girl who beat her, subbed her as well. This is one of those things the UFC has to make a choice. Like, do you expose someone that they're not that good, or you just keep letting them make money for you? The business decision, especially in London, would be give her someone she's going to beat in the first round, no matter who it is. Get some girl off the street and let her win.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is if Vince McMahon was booking this. But, I mean, she's not at a high level. The GFL will be great with her in it next year, if they make it.
I think she's too popular for them to do that, unless she gets embarrassed. She gets embarrassed in this fight, yeah. But
for sure.
If it's at least a good fight, I think she'll be fine.
Yeah, I got Alexia for sure on that one. Look at these two tatted up monsters. This guy will sell you heroin in prison, and this is the guy who's his plug.
Yeah, maybe. I gotta say, whoever loses this fight has to get one of their sleeves blacked out.
They both look like they're in British prison movies. On different gangs that end up working together to escape.
They've both been extras in Jason Statham movies.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, dude. Homie on the right was definitely in what was the movie where he had to keep his heart going?
Crank.
He was like one of the guys he fought in Crank.
These are 2 former soccer hooligans who got in a bunch of fights and found out they had a knack for it.
Yeah, a lot of where's Jordan Visunik, wherever in England he's from. Yeah, he's definitely set a car or 2 on fire after a fucking Premier League game.
All right, Duncan's a big fan of Rangers or Celtic or one of those 2.
Scotland, so probably Rangers
or Celtic. Both Scottish teams.
I don't know international soccer teams.
I'm a genius. I know everything. You know, Ted Lasso's season 4 is coming back, and Ted's going to be coaching a women's team.
Ah!
I knew you were going to have that reaction because you're a monster.
Just stick with the story, brah.
They can't. They basically planned on having 3 seasons of being done. So the last season, it was done. You know, he left his job. He's not going to come back to his job. Somebody else got his job. You know, he has to. If he wants to coach again, he has to get a new
Let
job.
it die, man.
I honestly don't want them to do a 4 season, not because of the women thing. No problem with that.
No, but again, if it was wrapped up in 3 seasons, then just let it die.
Yeah, and it was so popular, people wanted to come back. I'm like, the way they did it, I'm like, it shouldn't come back. I honestly, I have a feeling it will still be pretty entertaining, but I feel like they should just let it be. I think they should.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I fucking hate when they do that shit. Like, not the woman thing, but they just recast, like, with the opposite of whatever it was. You're like,
have you watched the show number 1?
I've seen clips.
Okay, so you haven't. Okay, so that's fine. I'm just saying. So what they did at the end is one of the main characters who used to be a player in the first season ended up being an assistant coach by the end. He's the new coach of Ted Lasso's team. Ted went back to the U.S. to be with his child. Right?
Okay.
You can't have him just go back to the other team. That other guy's coaching it, right? But there was a thing at the end that the owner of that team decided to start a women's team. So I think that's what it's going to be. Like, hey, you want to come back? Your job isn't available anymore, but you can take over the women's team. And it doesn't not make sense.
It doesn't not make sense, but I don't know. If it ended the way that you're describing it, then
I don't
don't do a 4th season. Just
I honestly don't. I mean, I thought this before the women thing. The third thing does not bother me at all. I thought this before. I thought, like, you wrapped it up so well, just be done and don't ruin it. It was almost a perfect show. And now, I mean, not saying season 4 won't be good, but I don't think you can go up any further. You can't go up any further.
Tim, do you see the bills falling? I'm trying to catch.
Yeah, man, I know, but I don't know. Also, if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, everyone watch it. It's a great show. It's hilarious. There's tons of heart in it. It's really funny, and it's about everything you want. If you're not a soccer fan, I promise you, it doesn't matter. It's doesn't matter.
The one reel I like of Ted Lasso is the thing where it's like, you do what you want. Live. You live. That one I like a lot.
That's the most quotable show of all time. That's the best thing about it is great. Also, he reminds me of what I think I would be as a coach. X's and O's wise, depending on the sport, I don't know. But I think I'll be a pretty good motivator, especially of young people, you know. And that was all Ted was. Ted, and even in the show, he was just everything you want to be in a coach, except he didn't really understand soccer that much for a while. And they never did explain very well why he decided to coach soccer. I don't know. They didn't explain that part at all, really at all. What in the creative fighter is this guy?
No, I was about to say we got fucking like
Milli Vanilli on steroids.
It's Troy Polamalu's half brother.
Maybe.
That hair is delightful. That thing is beautiful. And then Jai Herbert over here.
Milli Padilli. What? Yeah.
I was about to say Jai Herbert looks like a creative fighter. Like he is default skin number 7, I think. In that whole
in that picture, Jai Herbert, you could tell me he has any job in the world, and I would agree with, and I would be okay with it. Anything. Like he's a lawyer. Yep, I get that. He's a construction worker. Yep. Trash man. Yep. Elementary school teacher. Yep. Any of those. Like there's nothing you can tell me really.
He's been working in sanitation since he was 18 years old.
Sanitation, fine. Doctor, fine. Any of that, I would not be surprised for anyone doing any job look like that. It would not surprise me.
Yeah, he's a very working class face. Like it's You
But
look
also,
at
it's in that place where like he could be like I said, he could be like a lawyer or a doctor, but he could also be, and there's nothing wrong with these jobs, but like a government OON government worker, like a landscaper for the city, something like that.
yeah.
He could be either of those. It's one of those spaces.
He's holding the slow and stop sign for construction.
Yeah. The only thing about that is, I mean, that's the best looking guy I've ever seen hold a stop sign.
Yeah.
But, other than that, though, no.
It's the square jaw. It's
I will
perfect.
say, you know what? Well, okay. With his body type being jacked, if I saw him working at McDonald's, I'd be like,
He's got a heroin addiction.
yeah, right. You think that. Right. You think that. And nothing
It's like
wrong
when you
with
see
that.
a hot chick working at like Waffle House. You're like, what happened? Show me the
I love
tattoos
going
that
through
mean
a-
that to you.
I love going through a drive-through and seeing a hot chick, and you're like, my first thought is like, probably way younger than I think she is, and I shouldn't be having these thoughts. That's just the first thought, right? Is I'm like, she's probably in high school, you monster. I mean, she looks 28. She probably isn't, man. Or it's some sort of other problem.
She's got neck tattoos. One says like Kevin.
Maybe she's never met a Kevin.
Yeah, she's just like, I'm waiting for my king.
The card said his name will be Kevin.
Oh.
I drew a king, so K for Kevin. I may have been using the wrong cards.
Look at this fucking kid. Look at Peaky Blinders over here. Holy shit.
Speaking of making fun of dude's hair, I do love how Volkanovski pointed out that Lopez's hair makes no sense.
Yeah.
My Chemical Gritty Dirt Band, as I call it. But yeah, Volk singing. Dude, I didn't. Our Last Night. What's no? That's not. What's the name of the band that does that song?
What tonight's
Yeah.
the night.
Right.
Hold on, I'm looking it up. Spotify is being slow. And tonight will be the night that there we are. I didn't even have to Secondhand Serenade.
Yes. Damn it, I should have done that.
By Fall for You is the name of the song.
Mm-hmm. I bought a hell of a Cuban sandwich off of Felipe de Santos out of the back of a truck.
Dude, the dip that he gives you is delightful.
It is worth the trip.
It is.
So this guy's name is Loner. Loner Kavanaugh.
Here?
Loner Kavanaugh is what Brett Kavanaugh called himself in college. Call me Loner Kavanaugh. New episode of Family Guy where Peter meets Brett Kavanaugh.
You really have these many calendars?
Yeah, there is a calendar joke in there as well. Peter starts giving brewery tours, and Kavanaugh's like a VIP because he loves beer so much. He wanted a private tour of the facility, and then he decides that he just wants to live there forever, so he switched lives with Peter.
Sorry.
And Peter then serves on the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Yes.
That sounds amazing, actually.
Then there's an episode where Lois starts doing stand-up. And she starts going by the stage name Lois the Crowd Killer. But that was too long, so she started going by Lois CK.
My kids,
No, all her material is about Peter. And that's like the whole thing. It's all about Peter.
That's funny. Lois CK. Oh, that's funny. I like that. I need to watch that episode. Look who's here. Another big Polak. Another big Polak man taking on Mick Parkin.
Mick Parkin looks like he was at a Stephen Graham show of some sort.
He looks like Ricky Gervais's stunt double.
Maybe
like same hair, face.
A lot bigger.
What you doing?
He also looks like he played muscle in a Jason Statham movie.
Yeah, I get him and chest tats definitely tried to rough him up and make sure his heart stopped.
Right. And when he was on set, they're like, "Oh man, well, we need a name for his character. What's his character's name going to be? What's your name? Mick Parkin. Perfect. You can't do any better than that, actually.
Mick Parkin, heir to the Parkin Fund. I lost it. Fuck.
Heir to the what?
I was trying to do something about parking, and it just didn't. It didn't work. Didn't work. I was trying to do some kind of Chip S joke without doing the voice.
Looks like I'm gonna win my bet. And I knew Drake was in on. I knew Drake had it.
Woo!
That's right. 146-25 or something like that. That's right. I'm in the game.
Do.
Who else we got? Anything? I don't know. I'm picking the favorite. I'm picking Parkin. Who cares?
I gotta check the bracket. My bracket right now. Men's basketball. Show me my bracket.
I did not have a good start today. I tell you that much.
Who did I have there?
3 hours. This feels like a real bro plot episode.
It does, and we're petering out towards the end. It's good times.
Yeah, my throat's all raspy.
I'm starting to feel it myself.
We haven't done one this long in a while. Although this is the ideal length for a bro plot episode.
Yes, and I'm kind of sober, so it helps. I'm trying to find my fucking bracket. Why can't I find my bracket, bruh?
I mean, I could find it.
All my shit's butchered.
This is not what I intended. Bro plot. You are currently in second place. You have 90 points. No, you're tied for first with Eric.
Yeah! If I win.
You know, the only one of these 4 people who has not won one of these.
I like it.
Eric's won 2, Alan won 1, I won 1, you haven't won 1.
It's my year. It's my year. I'm excited. It's my year, Tim.
Are you?
It's my era. Christian Leroy Duncan.
That sounds like a teenager who's on like a teen sitcom or something like that. And and introducing Christian Leroy Duncan as Connor.
His thing's always in the intro, just like
Yes. He was on the reboot of Degrassi.
He plays Drake's role.
Sure. Roll. I get it, because wheelchair.
You picked up the ball and did a good thing. You spiked it in the end zone, Tim.
What up, Pooja? What's her name? I call her whatever she wants me to call her.
Pooja Tomar.
I like that. India.
Name symbol.
India.
I think this is one of the first Indian people.
That's fucking cool. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
cool.
I think that breaking barriers, baby. Let's go.
We'll say this. I find Indian women pretty attractive. Let's just say that.
A lot of them, yeah.
The hair's fantastic. It's all. But yeah, Pooja's hot. Looks like that. Yeah. And Shauna Bannon looks exactly what you would think some Irish girl named Shauna Bannon would look like.
She's been slapped by both her dad and her husband a lot. You can tell she's a tough bitch.
Defense. Yeah.
Hands up, love.
Yeah.
Have you had the abortion yet?
Ew. How do you say this guy's name? Kalen?
Kion.
Man, this guy looks like an Irish Lego.
When you look in the definition of like an Irish fighter, this dude pops up. Him and Tyson Fury both.
Type in Lego fireman, he comes up.
Yeah.
that hair pops off and he can replace it with other kinds of hair. Like he has an afro wig that he wears.
This guy has been precast in the next Scorsese movie.
Yeah, for sure. If they're ever gonna reboot Boondock Saints, he's gonna be either the muscle of the bad guy or the bad guy.
I saw a list of like movies that were good, but they need remade. I don't remember all of them, and I don't really agree with any of them. Mystery Men was on there, but I don't think you need. I mean, if they made a Mystery Men series, as long as Ben Stiller was attached somehow, he can direct it. But I don't know. I think a Mystery Men series would be fun.
Yeah, that would be kind of tell the whole story through like episodic would be a little bit more fun, like hour episodes.
You kind of make it like Watchmen, but comedy.
Yeah.
You
know? Less sad. That whole thing.
A whole lot less sad. Watchmen was good. I don't think I finished watching the show, but the movie is like 4 hours long, and it's like
the movie is one of the greatest comic book movies I've ever seen in my life.
It is great, but it's just you got to watch it in segments, and like Lord of the Rings. I'm like, I gotta like stop when I stop paying attention and be like, all right, I gotta go back and.
I think I took my like 13-year-old brother at the time to see that movie because I wanted to see it. And I was like, yeah, I saw it in theaters.
It's like a 3-hour movie in the theater. And back then, that was
it went by fast though. Yeah, it was just awesome.
Right. I mean, I saw Killers of the Flower Moon. That was 3.5.
Whoa. What do we have here?
Dude, doesn't Gurham play bass and Kill Switch Engaged? Isn't he the bass player for Kill Switch?
He's burnt down churches in black and white makeup. Like that is that's like a Euro death metal guy who like puts crosses upside down while he's just like jamming on a fucking bass.
You know how we said Jay Herbert, look in his face, he could have any occupation. This guy 100% can only be a construction worker who plays in a metal band of the weekends. It's the only possible answer to what does this guy do for a living.
I only play for the free beer.
Right. That's 100% what he looks like. I don't think we can do any better than that. I don't believe that. Now, this guy Fernandez looks like he's going to run for governor of a Midwest state pretty soon.
Kinda. Yeah, he looks like he has politician face for sure.
Vivek's coming to New Philly on Saturday. Part of me wants to go see it, but I don't. If it didn't cost money.
Oh, it costs money?
Well, it's $10, but it's the principle of the matter. I'm just curious. What he has to like. I will sit in the back in the corner, and just like, and with my blood pressure cuff on until it starts beeping. and then I'll leave. I don't know if he says Lake of Ohio, I'll probably leave. Did you hear about that? That was a real suggestion from him.
Oh God! Everybody's trying to do the Trumpian stuff. Don't do that shit, man.
No,
like, he can only do it.
I understand you want the cult votes, and I'm not saying everyone who voted for Trump is a cult member. I'm not saying that. But is there a cult of Trump? Yes. Not everybody who voted for him is, but there is a lot of people that did vote for him or in that, and they don't care what he does. They love him forever. And those people like Vivek want those votes. And so I don't like that. That's
be yourself. Be your fucking self, bro.
I hate that.
Yeah, I don't like phone. That's why that's why I fucking voted for him. Like, he got a lot done until the fucking world shut down. My checks were huge, and everything was decent. Gas was still expensive, but like life was pretty good. And then, shit happened, and that fucking whirlwind 4 years. But no, I just be your fucking self. You can tell Trump is who he is. And I like that regardless. If you get shit done, you're less annoying. But if you're just not getting shit done, fuck off. Like, you're not helping. Move out of the way.
How do you say that? Caillou?
Caillou, I think.
Caillou? That's a name that would play quarterback for the University of Hawaii.
Yeah. Harvard's fucking best linebacker.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's it. And that's the whole
That's
card right
it.
there.
Man. All right. Oh no. Put that picture back up. Can you do it quickly?
Okay. Yeah.
I want us to both think of one more possible job for Gurham.
Gurham?
Yeah, you got to pull it up first before we get into this. Okay. I got
him.
Right. I got competitor in professional outdoors games. Like the guy who like does the log roll or like the axe throw. He's an axe throwing champion. Or like
no, that beard, that's for balance. That's a login fucking.
Yeah, like or that one where you like shimmy up the pole. That one.
Yeah, for sure. He's got the boots with the spikes on them. He's just pushing.
Or ex-white supremacist who talks to children about acceptance.
Yeah.
He was about that life at one point, but he's not anymore. He's got a black wife now. We all know that means you automatically cannot possibly be racist. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, if you've been with one, you're
out
good
the hook
for life.
forever.
I've been with 3, so yay me.
The first 2 cancel each other out. Better not do another one.
Huh?
They cancel each other out, so you don't go evens on this.
I will absolutely go evens, odds, and upside down. I don't give a fuck.
I'm honestly worried about you getting kidnapped when we're in Vegas, and then my whole trip is me trying to find Ray in a basement in Henderson.
Probably Henderson or North Vegas, either one.
I mean, it'd be a great story, but
you find me at where like Warner Brothers studio or Warner Brothers is building their shit. I'm just fucking like right there and got tape over my mouth. The chick that I met, she's standing over me with like her heel in my testes, and I'm not paying her for the privilege. Like,
you're gonna find her where they found Evan Tanner.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I hope not.
It'll turn into Doug from fucking Hangover.
But how worried do you get on these encounters that it's gonna go south?
Always.
You say you should be very, very, very worried. Like I would never. I have no interest in it for multiple reasons, but that one, if I didn't need the other reasons, that would definitely do it. Like,
That's why I talk to them, and if I get like a weird vibe, I'll like cut it off.
And I wouldn't go without a gun. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. I mean,
you never know. I mean, I would expect to be some sort of 400-pound boyfriend with a baseball bat.
Well, that's why you meet in the casino publicly, and where there's security and all that shit, dude.
Tell her to meet you at Harrah's so she knows you're a high roller. Maybe at the $5 blackjack table.
Yeah, and I'll send you my location. Like I'm fucking.
Yeah, definitely do that. But you know, Jack in Cleveland does fucking 6-5 blackjack now too. Pissed me off when I hit a blackjack, dude. I mean, there's nothing sacred anymore. I wonder if the West Virginia casinos do it. I bet they do. They do fucking 6-5 now too.
That's why all the gambling I'm gonna do is off strip. I'm not doing any on strip because it's 6-5. There's a lot of like the old school casinos that have like the smaller ones that do 3-2 still.
But that's most of the high roller rooms. The high roller rooms do 3-2 everywhere.
Yeah, but you'll get like a shit casino in fucking like near fucking Fremont that'll do 3-2.
Maybe. I have heard that a lot of the Fremonts are switching to 6-5 too, except for the high roller rooms. Like when Vegas Matt plays, he plays the high roller rooms, so he's all 3-2s. But that's 3-2 everywhere in high roller rooms.
Ugh. Sucks.
All right.
Tim is hungry. I'm tired. And we will see you Tuesday. Enjoy UFC London. That's going to be a fun time. I might come on live for the main card. Might.
Don't hold your breath.
So we shall see. Starts at 4:00, the main card. I think for early is like 4 or like 1, I think. or the early prelims. So enjoy that, and we'll be back Tuesday to talk about it because it's a big fight weekend, and we hope to see you at the Kumite, fam.
Wait, where is it? Where is it? Why can't I find it? Why can't I find it? Why can't I find it? Hold on.
Find what?
What I'm looking for. Oh, there it is. Drake won by 10. I won my bet. Started from the bottom. Now I'm here. Started from the bottom. A minor. Is it the same guy? Same guy, right? Started from the bottom. And I'm humble. In a minute, hotline bling. And a minute, something else. Minute, wheelchair kid. Minute, little fella. Minute, serene.